love it, the underdogs on top. And I'm gon' shine, homie, until my heart stop. Go ahead, envy me. I'm Raps MVP, and I ain't going nowhere, so you can the underdogs on top. The underdogs on top. Go ahead, envy me. The underdogs on top. And I ain't going nowhere, so you can get to know me.
Rockin' like the
Rockin' like the 6 on top. Whole club rockin' like the 6.
rockin' like the
Rockin' like the 6 on top. Whole club rockin' like the 6. Rockin' like the 6 on top.
The underdogs on top.
rockin' like the
Rockin' like the 6 on top. This nigga did it again. Let me put you on the game.
Hello, pretzels, and welcome back to the tripod, the perfect background noise, if you don't mind the N-word. And we're here to talk about this past week of wrestling. There was a lot to get to. And first up is the A-Show. It's the now 100% white collie free NXT. That's right. The show kicked off with old Cheddar Jack versus Noam Dar with metaphor, of course. Lots of metaphor shenanigans. This cruiserweight is in a lot of trouble facing this ass-kicking thin boss man. Submission game on point for Noam. Lash Legend has mail. Hot damn, this a banger. Dijak fucking up Noam, but I failed to mention Noam's striking game. That back elbow is a killer. Thanks to Mensa distracting Noam, able to take out Dijak. Nova roll for the win, which has got to be a massive upset here for our boy Dijak. Cesar, what'd you think of the first match of NXT?
This some bullshit. This some bullshit. Because y'all know how I love Noam Dar. Y'all know how I love the metaphor. We as a tripod, we mutually love and hate and disrespect the same people. We've been watching wrestling for so long. Okay, Noam had the cup for I don't know how long. You damn right, our truth shirt. And so you know my theory. When you have a title and you got it for so long, and then you lose it, this is where you put the other people over for a while to build yourself back up. Then you go for the new title. This cracker Dijak, since coming back from that shit he had with that mask on, back to NXT, has been cooking. Non-stop bangers, okay? He had the shirt. What the shirt say, Sangria? You saw a shirt. What that shirt say under that trench coat?
Ratio.
No, you stupid son of a bitch. It said Mr. PLE, okay?
It did. I just know his ratio shirt.
No, it said Mr. PLE, which he is. But he's always taking a loss. Unless it's the weird niggas like Joe Gacy. If y'all gonna have this man try to be like one of the dominant forces in NXT, which he should be, like now when a certain fat black man was down there, humping Asians through mattresses, Dijak was a force to be reckoned with. He was cooking, he was beating bitches up, he was fighting that fat black man all over town. They was putting on 12-star matches in the Tokyo. Dave Meltzer still would have gave him a 3.75. But I digress. He is cooked since he's been back. We've seen him cook with Wes. He's cooked with Dragunov. He's cooked with Obafemi, the new super nigga. He's cooked with Josh Briggs.
Tony D.
This man is Chef Ramsay with them new pans he's got to talk about because he endorses him. He cooks with them like nobody else. And he's putting these crackers over. I don't know if this is like, because of the draft, and they're like, all right, look, Dijak, just put all these crackers over. Look, we know you good. We're going to bring you up on a show, possibly Raw, SmackDown, and this is where you going to get this is where we going to feed you. But I mean, in NXT, this nigga's feeding families, okay? This man shows up on a PLE. I know I at least got 7 to 9 pretzels, and he's got at least 33% chance of some bit. Hold on. I got to call Scott Steiner and the Asians. Hold on. I got to get him up. You said third. Dijak, right? I'm talking about Dijak. No, I'm not talking about that crack in the mask. I don't even know what his name is.
Ask him what his shirt said.
Yeah, and what his shirt said Mr. PLE, right? Because Sangria can't read. It was like 6 days ago. This nigga don't know what he did yesterday at 4:45 p.m. Okay. All right, Nick. Yeah. I'm not paying the Asians. That's you. You rich. Okay, get your steroids for them. They short. Yeah, 33.8% chance of getting the beer cheese from one of us in a PLE. That is the percentage Dijak has when he shows up at a PLE. That the only person that has a higher percentage of beer cheese in a PLE is beer cheese Osprey. Okay, it goes beer cheese Osprey, Dijak, and then Wesley. But after that, it's up in there. It's up in there. Yeah, well, yeah. Sorry. Red Eyes Dragon. Yeah, you know that's my nigga. That's my nigga. Yeah. So yeah, look, Noam Dar good? Yes, he's good. Did he deserve this win? No. I want to see Dijak winning. Why is he losing? Nigga lost in the PLE. Now he's losing to Noam Dar. And we know Noam Dar cheats. That's fine. That's fine. Dijak hits niggas with billy clubs and arrests them and stick 3 plungers up their ass like he the police. Still like him though. So yeah. Was it a good match? Yeah. Did I like the ending? No. That was bullshit.
Well, wait till next week when he loses to Big Body Hoovy.
Probably.
What'd you think of the first match of the kickoff to NXT this past week?
NXT came out with another banger. Anytime we got Dijak coming off of PLE, Mr. PLE himself, you got him starting off NXT Tuesday night. He's going to give you a hell of a match, like Cesar just said. I agree with Cesar. I mean, Noam Dar and them, they're coming off hosting, stand deliver. You could have had him take the L, but I mean, we got a banger of a match nonetheless, and it was a great way to start off NXT on Tuesday.
Hold on, I'm getting a call. Are you sure it said Mr. PLE? No, I'm not putting you in APPW. No one wants to see your ass in that. Okay, I'll talk to you later. I love you too. Okay, up next, it was Ava Let's Dragunov pick his opponent tonight. Tatum Paxley vignette because she tripping now. Sexy ass gyrating Lola Vice versus Sol Ruka. We are witnessing the future of the women's division in NXT, gentlemen. Sol Ruka has improved by leaps and bounds. Lola also firing up with that Cholula green. Shaking that ass and throwing them kicks. Book Mrs. Wade on commentary. Great match. Thanks to the parking lot assassin, Blair.
Sorry, I'm drinking. Davenport.
Fucks with Sol on the top rope. Waffle Jalopy. Lola wins. Nadia and the Tron challenges Lola to NXT Underground, and hopefully she does the right thing and puts over the young talent. Sticks, we got Lola versus Sol. What'd you think?
Like you just said, a little bit of a glimpse of the future of the not only NXT women's division, but soon to be main roster women talent. Great match, like you said. Sol Ruka, she's been gone for a little while. Now she's back. She's been putting that training in. She's looking good. I mean, she got that great finisher, the Soul Snatcher. We wondered if she was going to be able to put together to get to that move. She has shown that she has. We got Miss Cholula Green herself, Lola Vice out there. She's putting it together too. I mean, they've got a rocket strapped to her. She's been ascending up the women's division. She's looking good. She's putting that work in. She's looking really good as a future possible heel. Got sprinkling a little Blair Davenport. Got to sprinkle that in there because we got a little bit of a background. We got, long-term storytelling, boys. We got a little bit of that. So all in all, we got to put that all together. Cross-eyed Kid still cooking backstage. Heck of a great women's match.
The first of many altercations between these two women, I hope. But Cesar, what'd you think? We got Sol Ruka versus Lola Vice.
Oh, yeah. They had a little beef. Had a little beef last week. You know what I'm saying? They was talking that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And then they gotta have a match. That's what we do. That's what we do. And then Soul Ruka, she's on the shelf. She got attacking a lot, taken out. But she came back. She was looking good. She was looking good. Back like she never left. Had a little Stone Cold knee brace on. And she back to whooping ass, taking names. Ain't nobody mad about that shit. I won't mad about that shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And Lola Vice, sticking her ass across the ring, hitting them kicks, hitting them punches. She was looking good too. It was a good ass match. This is what I'm talking about. Introduce that new women's midway title, new title they can fight for. And what these bitches do, not to call no bitch. They went out there and they put on a show. Then old Blair Davenport, the darkness, the evil of NXT. She came over there, fucked her up on that rope. And so Ruka got the dub. No, she got the loss. Lola Vice got the dub. It was good shit. It's good shit because this is what it needs. A pay-per-view coming up. You know what I'm saying? You need a little specialty match. Keep the crowd entertained, little transition between one or the other. What's better? So Soul Ruka maybe got a little bit of vengeance when she came back. But she didn't get the full bird, you know what I'm saying? This is the full bird. You know what I'm saying? Well, we'll get to that because she goes to the All TV office. That's later on in the show. But still, setting this up, they still got history. They still got beef. You know what I'm saying? Blair Davenport, the parking lot strangler. She back to fuck with Soul Ruka. Make it get a loss. And then, old Natty gonna bring her old big titty having ass up on the screen. Talking about we gonna fight NXT Underground. Oh, okay, y'all bitches gonna fight? Huh? Yeah, get a knife. Shoot this bitch so I can quit watch wrestling. You know what I'm saying? I will have seen it all as soon as somebody gets shot. But still, she challenged her to NXT Underground. We know how crazy that shit gonna get. Good segment, good match, good transition, and we cook it like we always do on Tuesday night.
Up next, Ariana on a mission to breathe some life into Georgina. Meets her in the park for a fashion lesson. Joaquin Wilde versus should have gotten released, Ridge Holland, don't care. Briggs in Doc's room. He's got 2 broken ribs from their stand and deliver match, but he's still going to fight Ivar's fat ass because he came in there talking shit. Taller Thea working out with the hard R's. Thea meets Chase backstage. He explains himself and they make up. Tony D and the family to the ring. He hypes up the family. The no quarter ratings killers interrupt. The family mentions they took out the trash getting rid of Gulak. They want their payment. Quarter Crew says, I thought you did it for the good of the industry. Tony wants the Heritage Cup now. Dempsey insults the Don and a brawl ensues. But what I really have been waiting to talk about, all that stuff was filler, because we had Ilya Dragunov, the NXT champion. He don't care. He'd take on all comers. He said, bring it. I'm the champ. Do
He's
this.
the man on top of the mountain.
You want some? Come get some.
Get some. Damn right.
Open challenge time. And so what had happened before, the fucking locker room spills out. Everybody wants a shot. But there's one clever man. He's green, but he knew what he was doing because Javon Evans accepted the open challenge. He made it to the ring first. Holy shit, gentlemen. This was about to cook. Crowd was rushing to this open challenge, but Javon outsmarted the locker room. Talk about strapping a rocket to a rookie. He must be impressing the hell out of that cross-eyed kid for this to happen. Vic shouts, he getting bouncy, Book. He getting bouncy. Zanka must have had a good laugh at that.
Yeah.
He reverses the Constantine special into a Spanish fly that almost got Vic to shout, holy shit. Javon is a natural-born killer, gentlemen. This guy is a future world champion. Dragunov puts him away with the Torpedo Moscow, sold like a champ, shined bright like a diamond, and got respect and a standing ovation from that crowd, Cesar. Wow, what a coming out party for this young man, taking on the king of the mountain of NXT. We had Javon Evans versus Dragunov. What'd you think?
Are we skipping all that other shit?
Yes.
You didn't like the Joaquin Wilde versus Ridge Holland?
So what'd you think of Dragunov?
I can't even ask no questions. Can't even
No,
ask
no,
no
go
questions.
for it. Go for it. Go for it.
I mean, I thought it was a good match. I mean, I like Joaquin Wild. I
Oh, I
like
thought. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about something else.
no. I was talking about the match that happened before this. Joaquin Wild and Rich Holland. You skipped
Yeah,
over
go
it.
for it.
I mean, I thought it was a pretty good match. I don't like Rich Holland, but I like Joaquin Wild, and I feel like he showed out and did what he had to do. I mean, I don't know why. Oh yeah, the other cracker's hurt, right? That's why he was fighting single. Yeah, nigga smashed his hand in the door. And I like the psychology with Sean Spears standing there with the chair, you know. I'm never not gonna talk about Sean Spears. So I don't care how fast you want to skip over all the other bullshit. There probably was some other bullshit. But anyway, I'm never gonna not stick up for my man. Perfect 10, Sean Spears. Now, this bouncy nigga versus old Dragon Zord. Hell yeah. Once upon a time, Sangria, I don't know if you remember, because your drunk ass don't know what you did on Thursday night, and you didn't even remember Dragonoff wore a Mr. PLE t-shirt.
Who?
There was a cracker who won, not cracker. There was a nigga who won the breakout tourney. But before he did, he wrestled himself a NXT champion. He didn't have the title at the time, but he did have a shirt that one of us was wearing. It was before he had that shirt. And no, not you, you stupid son of a bitch. But there was a man who after he wrestled a certain NXT champion just at the start of the show, they thought a rocket strap was branded him, and it was. And that man was Mello, and he did not miss. Now Mello wasn't 19 when he wrestled Adam Cole. No, he was not. No, he was not. But this cracker, the young OG, this cracker got some promise, man. This motherfucker right here. He's a little skinny, but he got the height. He got the length. He got the moves right now to sex the world on fire. And yeah, we all know the crooked eye cracker. He liked to hire himself some Negras to keep it interesting on this show. He's got a talent for Negras. Now, I don't know who hires the white folk. I mean, actually, technically, he just keeps pulling them down or pulling them from NXT UK. But the Negras, he got an eye, a crooked eye for the Negras. And he loves him some Negras. And the young OG and Dragunov, goddamn, they didn't have a match. Boy, they was cooking. They cooked all throughout this shit. I mean, it was reversals, it was springboards, it was everything you wanted. What did fucking the fucking clothesline when Dragunov hit the Braun Breaker where he hit like ropes 2 or 3 times. They hit that cracker with the clothesline. They both flipped over. That reversal you said where he had him up.
Yeah, the Constantine special into
the Constantine special to the Spanish fly. Yeah. Vic almost busted a nut. I mean, Book was going crazy. He couldn't even coon. You know what I'm saying? Book likes this nigga. He couldn't even coon. Young OG was hitting that bouncy shit off the top rope, the middle rope, the corner rope. I mean, your mama's rope, the Coke rope in the toilet. That nigga was jumping off of anything, man. It was great. This match was really, really good, especially middle of the card. Middle of the card, not even top of the hour, middle of the card. This shit was really, really, really good. And of course, hits him with that torpedo, Moscow. Gets the dub as the champ should. And then gives the man his products. Because I feel like sometimes as the champ, you've got to build up, he's got to have these matches where there's nothing really on the line. He's got to build up somebody and then really be the measuring stick of how somebody could be. And for this kid to come out here like this, yeah, Jesus Christ. I mean, only time will tell. And he keeps having bangers like this with guys down in that locker room. That fucker's going to be up on SmackDown, probably fighting Mello for a nigga on nigga match for one of them main card titles. Yeah, Master Michael's going to see his fruition. Keep going. He's going to keep pushing out these niggas into the main roster. And he's like, yeah, we're going to have nigga on nigga matches for all the titles. There's going to be a time in February where they just gonna call that shit the blackout pay-per-view. This is gonna be all niggas. See, they had Evolution where it's all women. Now it's gonna be all niggas. And they even got like Jade, Naomi, all them niggas. Yeah, it's gonna be nigga women, nigga men's, nigga tag teams, niggas everywhere. Niggas taking over. Ooh, that shit gonna be good. Cross-eyed Kid gonna bust a nut the whole time. He even gonna have them half and halves mixed in, just because they nigga adjacent. But he's still gonna have them on that pay-per-view. He gonna have them nigga adjacent niggas on that pay-per-view, and they gonna be cooking.
Well, Sticks.
Really good.
Cesar just prophesied that darkness is gonna be spreading. But until then, did you have?
By the way, Cody Rhodes can still show up on the nigga pay-per-view because he is a nigga. Cody Rhodes has been adopted by the black delegation according to the coalition. That is a nigga champ.
Sticks, do you have any comments on the earlier stuff? If not, Dragunov versus Javon Evans.
Now, Cesar did a pretty good job describing it. I mean, the only thing we cared about was, our boy Sean Spears, chairman, was there. Psychology, still brewing there. So that's good. Guys, we have what the old wrestling terms say with the guy. They threw him in the deep end to see if he could swim. And just like David Hasselhoff on Baywatch, boys, this man out there, Michael Phelpson, making laps, doing laps up and down, looking, smelling, swimming like $1 million. You
going to talk about a nigga swimming? You really going to talk about a nigga swimming? Knowing black people don't swim.
Hey, he made it to the deep end and came back, man.
Got it.
He might be one of one. He might be the next him because he made it out to the buoy and made it all the way back.
Yeah, you're right.
But anyway, we just talked about this young gentleman, the young OG, about a week or so ago, saying how he looks good. He is young and up and coming. So what they do? Well, okay, what's the next thing we could do? Let's throw him in there against the NXT champion. Not only was have him do that, but let's have him outsmart the locker room. And he did it, and he put on a banger. Like Cesar said, not at the top of the hour, in the middle of the show. Like Book would say about a young Braun Breaker, all meat. This was the meat of this NXT sandwich. This was great. Young OG, like you gentlemen just said, reversing the Constantine special into a Spanish fly. You could see there, it's like, oh, this guy's got something. If this young OG is not at least North American champion before the end of this year, they're gonna miss. They're gonna swing and miss on this really, really badly because this guy by at least summertime is going to be a big time presence in at least the mid card title run. If he isn't climbing up to the freaking heavyweight championship spot, this guy has everything that you would want in an up-and-coming superstar. This match just cemented it. Like Cesar said when we talked about Mello, he's on that same trajectory with young Carmelo Hayes. This was a great match, and to have this in the middle of a Tuesday night, not bad, boys. Not bad at all.
And speaking of North American champions, if Oba is still holding that belt, we know what Cross-Eyed Kid's going to cook up, Cesar. Main event of the next NXT PLE. Javon versus Oba is going to be the ultimate ninja matchup.
Well, I got a question. Has anybody watched WWE Speed?
No.
It's on Twitter. It's actually really good because it's only 3-minute matches. This guy would be perfect for it. There's no submissions. There's no like slow down parts of the match. It is literally a 3-minute match. Can you pin your opponent? And it's all like super fast guys. It's like Ricochet, Dragon Lee, all these type of guys. If this cracker was allowed on it, it would be more fucking dope. I think it goes on the YouTube after like that Friday, but on Wednesdays it's on Twitter because it's literally only 3 minutes. It's only 3 minute matches, so everybody goes in there, hits their high spots, literally back to back to back to back to back. There's no like, there's transition moves, but there's no like transmission submissions or like
I wonder
outside
if
of the
they
ring.
film it. Do they film it before SmackDown's taped, or do they film it after Raw? Like, how
I
do they
don't
fucking
know
film?
because like Ricochet, like the first match I saw was Ricochet versus Dragon, and they're both on opposite shows.
Hmm.
So I don't know when they filmed it, but I heard it's been cooking on Twitter just because it's like 3 minutes. So even if you got ADHD, you can watch a 3 minute match because it's all like fast clotheslines, punches, flips, tricks, top rope. Like even if it's dives and back in the ring and then a move off the top to keep you interested.
And
So
we're gonna have yet another new championship at the end of this.
yeah, and then the speed championship, yeah. But I don't think it's gonna get offended on a show. I think it's gonna stay on Twitter. It's kind of I think it's kind of like a BTE championship. Remember when that shit was? I think it's just gonna be on like Speed, which is only on Twitter.
God,
And then
it's been at least a year and a half, maybe two, since I've watched BT.
It's been 2 years since I've watched BTE.
Jeez. But we digress. Up
We
next,
digress.
Thea Hale with Chase U.
Real Thea.
Is old Tatum Paxley. Book hating on Andre still. Tatum steps up her aggression in the ring, busts out the most unique submission I've ever seen. It was like a modified tarantula strangling Thea. You know she does that in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Jasmine distracts the ref. JC trips Thea. Tatum able to pick up the win. Thea attacks JC. In ring, Lyra attacks Tatum. It was mayhem all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Not Kinsey interviews Roxanne about it. She's all smiles, of course. Ava approaches and makes it a triple threat: Tatum versus Lyra versus Roxanne for the NXT Women's Championship at Spring Breakin'. AOP, oh, this is the most Caesar 632 match of the week. AOP with the final testament, but they were facing the hard R, so I don't know. Caesar, I don't know if you're watching it. We'll find out.
I watched
on
it.
the edge of your seat.
Although there is a Caesar 632 match this week with what we're talking about, this is not it.
This has got to be a record for AOP being able to wrestle without being injured.
Yeah.
Holy shit, they are destroying Idris and Malik. They caught Malik outside, who tried to dive onto them. Then they use his body to attack a diving Idris. A super collider, AOP win. Then the Fast and the Fraserus out to flex. We had another Adriana and Georgina clothes shopping segment. That's filler I appreciate. Her calling her Georgina is gonna get what the fuck's her name?
Gigi.
It's gonna get her over. Her calling
Georgina is gonna get over.
Exactly. That's this. So what we hope for is working. She's gonna get that bitch over. So Sticks, right? Sticks, Thea versus Tatum, and then AOP versus Hard R's if you watched it. I know you watched it.
Yeah. Thea and Tatum. It was a good match that continued two different stories that we had going on. Which if you're a wrestling fan, but also if you're someone on the show, it's a great thing to have because it's a great thing to do. You can have one match that involve two different stories, bring together and branch it out. Both women did a good job. I mean, Tatum still, for a while there, we hadn't seen her in the ring. Now we're starting to get her a little bit more in there. She looking good. She looked good. Thea is still looking really good. To be able to do this and have it still look good while also branching two stories is great. Having Tatum pick up the dub and then finding out later that it's going to be her and Lyra, great thing to do. Of course, we're going to get JC and Thea sometime down the road. It's going to be a cat fight of all cat fights. So that was a great match to have. AOP and the Hard R's. Man, why they gotta do that to us? Why they gotta do our boys like this? Why they gotta do our boys like this? These guys coming into this have put on bangers of matches. They are adding to that resume that you can go on Indeed.com to put these boys into a match. They were adding to that resume. And then we get this. I mean, you were looking for work for AOP. You could have had to face anybody. You got tagged back there sitting around and catering. Our boys, they got to make that long bus ride up here. You're going to have them make that bus ride up to get squashed and then have to go back to the fields afterwards.
It's TV time, though.
I understand it's TV time, but man, you got to do our boys like that. I mean, they were. If you think they were, the confidence has got to been rising with our boys. They're like, oh man, we're back on TV this week. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Walk into the Cross-Eyed Kid's office, like, hey, sir, sir, what we got this week? You guys facing AOP. What? Yeah. We're having them back down here in NXT for a little bit. You were the first guys that came in my mind. You guys going into AOP.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure about that? You sure? I mean, you couldn't have us on tag team match on Speed. I mean, we could do that. We could put tag team. We could become Speed tag team champions. I mean, we could. No. We got you against AOP. Man. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Karrion Kross. I like that this is another vehicle to get him on TV, having an engagement with these guys. Of course, Scarlett's on TV. Who's gonna hate on that?
No. Mm-mm.
But I mean, you got him with AOP, and they squashed their boys. Man, you gotta do our boys like that. So they got squashed.
Sticks.
Like you said,
Sticks, you play the hard R's, I'll be the cross-eyed kid, all right? Okay, you walk into my office. Okay, ready, go ahead.
Sir, what do you got for us tonight? What do you got for us this week?
Hey, you guys. Okay, yeah. Hey, you know what? I hope are you enjoying Talithia? I know I put her with you to you guys can have your own faction. Is she boosting your spirits?
She gives us motivation. You know, you see us in the gym. You see us doing those segments. She helping us out, sir. She's helping us out, sir.
And you know what, you guys? I want to give you a reward because these shirts you guys be giving us, they're fire. That cotton is coming out soft and silky smooth. So listen harder. I mean, Idris and Malik, I'm going to give you guys a reward this week. You see, we're going to put you in a showcase tag team match with the most popular, hottest rising tag team in WWE.
Oh, snap, sir. Oh, snap. So you go, oh, man, this is straight fire, sir. This is straight fire. Who we got?
You guys earned it. All right, okay. So picture this. Idris and Malik versus the Authors of Pain.
See? Sir, are you serious? Sir, you serious, sir?
Well, I mean, you're gonna get some good TV time. I mean, you gotta put them over. But I mean, you're getting TV time. You see, you're getting a raise. You got taller Thea in your corner. I mean, technically, you guys owe me for all that I'm giving you. I'm giving you a match on TV. We got Hank and Tank in the back and catering. I said no. I want me some hard. I want some Malik and Idris to take on the Authors of Pain. You see, you get exposure. You could stare at Scarlett while you're getting squashed. But I mean, still, you get your TV time. You get a TV check bonus, and plus, catering brought KFC. So afterwards, your hospital visit, you guys get complimentary KFC on your boy. How does that sound?
Well, sir, we saw Veer and Sanga backstage. You couldn't. I mean, I think they're looking for work.
You didn't hear it from me, but let's just say that Veer and Sangwa. What is their name again? I forgot their luggage is packed.
In this year, sir. They're in this year. You don't. I mean, in this year, sir.
Who? Hold on. Hey, Caesar. Who is Inge's beer? Who is Inge's beer?
It's them niggas that fucked your mama last week. Get off my phone.
Oh, okay. You're fired. Okay. No, they're gone. Their baggage is packed. So just enjoy your TV time. Hospital bill is on me. KFC catering. I got some business to deal with. I gotta go stare at the Rock's daughter's ass. So go ahead and don't let that door hit your black asses on the way out. Suck it. Caesar, we got Thea versus Tatum. And if you watched it, the Authors of Pain versus the Hard R's.
Yeah, so see, I think I told you how last week. Tatum loved the title. She don't. What the fuck is that cracker doing here? Fucking get away. Tatum loves the title.
Oh,
she don't really love the person. She loved the title. Roxanne's a bad person. She needed to take the title away from Roxanne. Told you. Tatum's crazy for the title. AOP is absolute trash, and I don't. Yeah, I watched that match, but anything I say is going to be longer than that fucking match was. That match was absolute dog shit. I don't know why they put this new Snow Bunny with the hard R's. Okay, yeah. Tatum got a dub because she don't wrestle that much, and the mother hose is still fucking with Thea, so she got to take him on by herself. Whatever, nigga, don't care. But yeah, AOP, absolute trash. Paul Ellering, don't give a shit. Scarlett, looking good. Always looking good. Karrion Kross is still dull, so I don't care. I watched it. It was trash, but this is the most AEW shit I've seen on NXT in a minute. And this is like the first podcast in like 9 podcasts that I had to see this cross-eyed fuck get back on it. I mean, I thought we were doing good. We were doing great. We had great podcasts.
No, you know what? Sticks presented an opportunity. I had to jump on it. But let's move on. Let's move on because we got a couple more matches to talk about. I mean, Ivar did beat Briggs.
It was a good match, though. Good match.
It was all right. But the main event was a steel cage match. It was Trick and Mello gang colliding once again. Mello's security got weapons. Hands Mello a billy club, nightstick. Trick with a launching bookend off the ropes to Mello. Trick whooping that Trick, bouncing Mello off the cage walls repeatedly. It's been about 60-40 Trick here. Straight up murdered Mello with a Trouble in Paradise. Mello security, major fuck shit here. The chair is introduced. Mello tries to attack, but Trick knee takes out Mello while he's holding the chair up. It was a good match, not great. I'm not sure why Trick and Mello hasn't blown, like Trick versus Mello. There are 2 matches they've had haven't blown me away. Not even a steel cage match helped, but this possibly could have been Mello's swan song because the footage someone took afterwards was people chanting "Thank you, Mello," and he was sitting in the middle of the cage. And before he left, he went like this to the fans, and everyone was like, boo. But he's sticking to the character, keeping it kayfabe. But Caesar, any thoughts on Briggs versus Ivar and then Trick versus Mello?
Big, sweaty men slapping meats. Good. I like this Ivar build on NXT. He's got nothing to do with his tag team partner injured for months on end. If anybody's gonna take it from Oba, it's gonna be a big, fat white man to beat a tall, 2% body fat, muscular African nigga, because that's just what happens in the United States. Fat, out of shape white men are better than athletic black men who are dominant in every area of physicality. But, that's just how it goes in wrestling. You crack his nut, well, sticks him up. Angry at the jury's still out, whether you're half Mexican or not. I don't know. Yeah. So that's just what happens in these streets, especially with that crooked eye fuck. He might keep Oba with the title just to get that young OG nigga on nigga money. Like you said, he needs some nigga on nigga money.
Go get that Harriet Tubman cash.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta get it. You gotta get that Martin Luther King cash, baby. Especially if they fight somewhere down south, like near Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? They gotta get that money. Anyway. Yeah, Briggs got injured. I don't know how you can have 2 broken ribs and be medically cleared. Yeah, I don't. Bruised. I would have thought bruised. Totally fine. Yeah, I'm wrestled, but broken. Yeah, you can fight. Shit don't make no goddamn sense. And then 2 times in a row, boy Mello has lost to old Trick. Once again, I've got to say, just like when I don't know, this is weird to me. I feel like Mello should have maybe beaten Trick in the PLE if you're just gonna have him lose here in the cage match before the title match next week, I think, right? Yeah, I think they're fighting next week. Why have him lose twice? Like it doesn't make any sense. Because like if he's gonna, Melo's the better wrestler, Trick's the better brawler. Trick should have been better in the steel cage match, and Melo should have been better in the wrestling match, to where you possibly, and this is where it really would have cooked, had it a 3-way match, Melo, Trick, Dragunov at Spring Break-In. And if you're really gonna give Trick the title, to be like, yeah, and Dragunov still could have the same rules. Doesn't matter. If I beat you both got to leave NXT. He says, I'll leave too. Fuck it. That way you can give him a chance to get drawn up on Raw. You already put him up on Raw. The draft could happen. Whoever wins the title is the guy who stays in NXT. And if you want to have Trick be the guy, then Trick wins the title. Hell, he could have even pinned Melo and not Dragunov. That way you can engage Dragunov like somewhere down the line and maybe try to come back. Whatever. Or he'd be a man of his word, leave, go to Raw, get drafted up. So therefore he could fight Ludwig and them and Gunther and have some fucking instant bangers up on the main roster. That's how I feel the shit should have probably went. But yeah, it was still good match. I really think it was a gimmick match though. So, I'm always going to pick a wrestling match over a gimmick match. And I think Young OG and Dragunov was probably the better match than this cage match. Yeah, of course, right? Shit cooked like beyond no end. So yeah, it was good. Trick got the dub, giving him some momentum going into the title match. But overall, good show by NXT.
Sticks, we got Briggs, Ivar, Trick, and Mello. Your thoughts, sir?
I'll just keep it short with Briggs and Ivar. I like what they're doing with Ivar. His tag team partner's hurt, going to be out for a while. I think having him down in NXT, doing stuff like this, good thing for him. Keep him on TV, keep him fresh in people's minds. Good thing to do. With Briggs, he comes in injured, still looks strong. He took that L, but he still looks strong taking the L. It's all right. Cage match. This is an all right match. I mean, I agree with Cesar. You should have had Mello win on the PLE. You had Trick win this. Plus, if you would have done that, maybe sometime down the road, if those two are on the same show, they could run it back and it'd be like, well, you could always re-air the footage from like this time. Hey, they're 1-1 against each other. This is going to be something like they do this stuff every once in a while with building so that they know that they're going to do this sometime down the road of both guys being big names and being strong opponents. This could have been one of those. I agree with Cesar. You could have also did the triple threat. I think it would have been good for Trick going forward if he's going to be the face of NXT to be able to say, I beat 2 former NXT champions. And like Cesar said, if you would have pinned Melo, that's a little bit of extra salt in the wound for Melo, but it's also a little bit more of a sweeter victory for Trick. And if you bring Dragunov back down sometime, if he doesn't have much going on in the main roster and Trick is still champ, you can run it back and say, hey, you didn't pin me. They could have done it a lot of different ways with building towards the future, but I digress. It was a good match. I don't know if both had issues with time. Like, I mean, having stuff like that at the end, maybe they weren't allowed to cook. I don't know. Like you, I agree with you, Mangria. They were good matches. They didn't blow me away knowing the potential of both guys. Like you, and maybe it's just us having high expectations, but regardless, I mean, it just left you wanting a little bit more for it. But I mean, it was being a steel cage match. It was an all right match. I mean, if it's Melo's last match in NXT, I would have liked to seen him. I would have liked to be able to get that feeling that he left it all out there. And with this match, I really didn't get that. So, but it is what it is, I guess. All right. So, all in all, it was a good match, and it was pretty good Tuesday night.
Well, moving on to TNA's pay-per-view Rebellion. Was this past Saturday in Vegas. It wasn't a sellout, but still more than a Dynatrash. We started things off. Well, there was the pre-show. Cesar Sticks. You guys want to comment on that? I didn't watch it.
I ran out of time, so I did not go back to watch the pre-show. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow.
Sticks.
I'm gonna watch the whole pre-show tomorrow.
I will say,
but I know my boys were on it, and I don't want no spoilers. I'll watch it tomorrow.
Oh, I will just say this: if anybody watching us, go back, and if you catch one thing on the pre-show, they had a 6-man or trios match that had our boys the A, the B, the C, with I forget I think it's Leon Slater, I think it is, or it's
Leon Slater, the A, B, the B, C, and Leon Slater.
We had the Rascals and Myron Reed, who I think is an honorary member of the Rascals.
Honorary Rascal, yeah.
That match was great. I'm not going to spoil it because Cesar hasn't watched it. Maybe he's going to go back and watch it. Maybe Mangria will go back and watch just that match tomorrow.
I'll go back and watch it.
It is worth it. Like that, like even my girlfriend who watched it, she looked at me after that match and said, why is this match on the pre-show? Why wasn't this match at least starting Rebellion? This match was good. This was a great match, and to have these 6 guys start. I mean, if they're going to start off something, at least start off the main pay-per-view. But I mean, for a TNA show, they actually had a pretty good amount of matches for the card. I mean, at least they got on the card somehow, and at least they were on pre-show. I mean, it's something that you can watch for free without having to actually go out money for the pay-per-view. So, I mean, they got that going for them. It was a great match to watch. So, if you go back and watch anything on the pre-show, go watch that match.
Well, Rebellion kicked off with the X Division Championship on the line. It was Ali versus Cesar's favorite, Jake. Jake counters are still impressive. He does everything into a powerbomb. The crowd is chanting for Ali, surprisingly. Jake with an awesome torture rack backbreaker. Ali Germans Jake off the top turnbuckle onto the apron. Ali's goons full on spread out Jake on the mat with the ref distracted. He hits a 450. It's disrespected. Jake hits into the void, but Ali's foot is on the rope. Ali then rolls up Jake and uses the ropes for leverage and the retain. I didn't rate any of these Rebellion matches. I did for Dynasty though. Sticks, what did you think of this X Division match with
well, what about like rating it right now if you come off the top of your dome right now?
Oh wow. If I right now on the spot, 5 pretzels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair. I would say that's fair.
Yeah.
I'd give it 6. It was a good match. I mean, both men showed, like Jake something showed why he's a major player in the X Division. Ali showed why he's a champion. Like you said, the disrespect to the 450. I mean, come on now. I mean, he was putting a little bit of luster, a little bit more of respect on it, and you go and do that. I mean, especially when he had his Secret Servicemen holding him. I mean, that would have been the perfect spot to have that in, because I mean, it was right there. But I mean, the foot on the rope, great ring awareness, and to have him, have him pin him the way that he did, feet on the rope, all that stuff. Great heel way to retain the championship. All in all, it was a good way to start off the match. You had a championship match. You booked ended with championship matches. So Ali picked up the dub, continuing the We Believe in Ali campaign. Not bad. I mean, I'm glad to see Ali's thriving in TNA and being a champion. I mean, I think he wasn't showing the proper time, and when he did, he showed why he should have had the time, and he's still showing it on TNA. So, but all in all, I gave it 6 pretzels.
Yeah, I do appreciate Ali's heel game. He's a really good heel right now, and they did the right thing of having him retain and do it dirty. But man, when he turns face and has those bangers, they're gonna be incredible. Cesar, what'd you think the first match of the night?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 5 in the mustard. I thought it was a good match. I said it last week. I'm wondering how Ali is gonna get out of this match, just because of the size difference and what the guys talked about. The whole match. Yeah, I don't know why he sees our favorite. You might like Jay something and some trash. You like Jay something Sangria.
Because you picked him to defeat the IWGP champion at Worlds Collide.
And I didn't know who that guy was. You just said his name. You didn't say he was the IWGP champion. You just said,
"All right, buddy, watch the product."
What do you mean watch the product? I think you still lost that week.
But I digress. The match?
I digress. Anyway, the match was good.
Yeah.
Match was good. Ali, I thought they disrespected the 450 as well.
Yeah.
Because that looked like
he didn't protect himself at all. Like,
yeah,
he was
at all.
Fucking spread out. He got all of that 450.
Yeah, it was like it was a putty distracting the ref, 4 putties like at the arms and feet, a perfect 450, and then you kick out at 2, and then he like kind of rolls you up and holds on with his arm, one arm to pin you when you had 4 putties hit the 450 and you kick out at 2.
Jeez.
But Ali got out of the Into the Void with the rope break.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's giving back and forth because he got out of the Into the Void. But yeah, like you should have ended it at the 450 with the putties.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though the ref can feel the slams because the ref bounced.
Yeah.
When that cracker hit it. But I get it. You should have ended with the 450. So the slight disrespect there. But Ali gets out with the dub, and I think that's the better story here.
Mm-hmm.
And then your boy, your boy Aiden English hating. He's like, Jake something's too big to win the X Division Championship. And then, of course, your boy Fuck Faces names all the big men who won it. And he's like, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. We're talking about now. He's like Abyss has won the X Division Championship. Samoa Joe has won the X Division Championship. And he was like, yeah, well, that doesn't matter. So yeah, I thought it was 5 in the mustard. Still a good match to kick off the pay-per-view. And yeah, I was wondering how Ali was going to get out of it. I thought it was a little weak. I would have preferred the 450. That would have been a better finish to me. I think I would have gave the match more if he'd have done that versus how he won.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see Jake something versus Von Wagner at the next Impact pay-per-view.
That's right.
Digress. Up next was Rich Swann with AJ Francis versus, say his name, and he appears. We believe in Joe Hendry. Sean Merriman was watching in the crowd. Hendry has an AI video of AJ and Swann doing Hendry's entrance video. My God, Hendry is the king of the mind games. It was very fucking funny.
So good.
Playing the guitar and shit. Hendry Mania is running wild at Rebellion. They took our jobs, they said on commentary. Swan jams Henry's eye into the corner of the stairs.
Rey Mysterio,
Rollins and Mysterio flashbacks. Dollar Tree chants, very funny. Swan as he just stays on that eye. Some TikTok goof gave AJ a chain to strike Henry, but Sean Merriman stopped him, but ultimately clotheslined Henry while the ref was distracted. Swan picks up the win. Some Vegas hoe gave Henry a lap dance as he laid on the mat. So in conclusion, it wasn't a waste of time. I would give it a 5 just because our boy was in it, Joe Hendry, and that chick bouncing on his dick was fucking hilarious. But what Styx had said about that match in the pre-show, maybe this one could have been swapped out for that.
Swapped out, yeah.
Because Henry's been on the pre-show for like the last 2 or 3 pay-per-views.
Uh-huh.
I mean, why break the cycle? Let's just fucking switch them.
Well,
I would have rather seen the ABC in a great match than Henry get a lap dance from a whore.
I'm thinking Hendry's getting the push from. Remember all the TikTok edits I was sending you that he's supposed to show up at WrestleMania? You know, they take up for that. You know, sometimes. I guess. But yeah, 5 pretzels for our boy Cesar. You got to have some thoughts on this shit. What'd you think? So I was pressed for time. I saw the bitch dancing on his dick on the internet.
Yeah,
but I did not see it live because, like, you know, once the 1, 2, 3 happened, I'm trying to skip to the next match. I was pressed for time today. The fellas know. But as Rich Swan's an ex-champion and. Yeah, or Joe Hendry's our boy and whatever. I kind of gave it just like 4 in the mustard. Like it really didn't. All right. There's Sean Merriman is angry. There's a TikTok fruit booty cracker giving chains, and then they still both turn on Hendry. He gets his ass kicked. Clean shaven Rich Swan, sure, I guess, but. I gave it 4 in the mustard. I mean, it wasn't as good as the match previous, and I wasn't enthralled by the afterward shenanigans. I mean, hey, yeah, you lose and get the way I figured, if you lose and still got a bitch twerking on your dick, you came up.
Well, that's I was gonna tell Styx after I moved on from you, Styx, that was it Reinhold who said, "Is this really a punishment?" Like, because when she started bouncing on his dick, he goes, "Well, who's the real winner here?"
Yeah, I mean, you know, I understand if it's like Nyla Rose or somebody twerking on your dick, but I mean, it's some thought from Vegas. I mean, that's a win. He didn't have to pay her.
Well, Styx, what do you think of this? Mostly story-driven, just to carry along the next chapters of this story. What did you think of this match?
Well, gentlemen, as someone who watched the pre-show, First Class showed up and they had all 3 of those people. And then when they showed in the crowd, Sean Merriman, when they were showing the stars that were in the audience, boys, I had already had the feeling of possible fuck shit certified. As soon as they showed Sean Merriman in that crowd, Cesar with the fuck shit certified stamp, bam, hit this match. And boys, was it not wrong at all? This had all the ingredients of a fuck shit stew, and it came to fruition.
Fuck shit stew. I like it.
No. As the match, it was okay. But like you fine gentlemen said, this is more to prolong the story between Joe Hendry
and First Class.
So, all in all, I gave it 5 for all the fuck shit. I gave it 5 for the beautiful AI-driven video that our boy had coming out to.
Was good.
Match itself, it was probably 2.5, but all the other stuff, 2.5. You put it all together, gave it 5. So I gave it 5. It was good. It was. You got to look at the longer picture for this, and this is what it's building towards. So.
Well, up next was the Full Metal Mayhem match versus the king of TNA, old Frankie Kazarian, versus our boy EY, old Gravel Voice. Apparently, there's been 18 Full Metal Mayhem matches in TNA history, but Styx could not recall any. but I digress. It's basically Extreme Rules from what I could see. Two TNA veterans fucking each other up here. Ladder launched into EY's face, and Finn Balor hit the floor watching it from home. Fuck yes, EY with the cookie sheet. This gets Beer Cheese Jones over here. EY drags out nail riddle 2x4. It's called Janice. I guess that's Abyss's gimmick. Frankie spears EY off the apron through a table on the outside. Fucking obnoxious fan on the front row. What am I gonna eat on now? Clash of the cookie sheets between the two. This is why I love those, because of the sound it makes. Plus, they make a very rare appearances nowadays. Speaking of sounds, chain wrap punches to Frankie stuffed in a trash can. Sloppy, unprettier from Frankie to EY on the ladder. The crowd wants fire. Relax, all right? Well, these guys already put in their life on the line.
You're trying to kiss somebody down.
Holy fuck. Flux capacitor off the top rope onto edge of the table. Frankie wins. EY is busted open. That looked really fucked up. Hopefully EY is okay. The ring is full of doctors and refs checking on EY. There was blood like coming out of his head. The table was set up awkwardly. I don't know why they set it up like that, but yeah, I was pretty worried about EY. Hopefully he is okay. But that was gnarly looking. Something similar happens in the next pay-per-view we're about to talk about, but this was fucked up. Giving it a pretzel rating now.
Yeah.
7. I give it 7 pretzels. It was good. It was a good match. Sticks, Full Metal Mayhem, possible injury, cookie sheets, all good shit around. Of course, Frankie came out on top. What'd you think?
From what I read, EY sliced his ear. Like they had to basically stitch it, sew it back up to, like, he didn't completely almost lose it, but it sliced it, so they had to sew it back to the dome.
That was a lot of blood in the ring, though, because
that's what they said. They said as soon as he hit that table, it sliced it, and that's where the blood started coming from. But they said they were able to successfully sew it back, no issues, anything like that. So no additional bad injuries or anything like that. So you like to hear that. I agree. I gave it a 7 too. A lot of action, a lot of shenanigans. That's what you get with a Full Metal Mayhem. You get a gimmick match, so it's not bad. I mean, both these guys, TNA originals, they know what they're going to get into. The acoustic, I guess, what you would say, the acoustics of cookie sheets are what make them really good to have in a match. I mean, these guys weren't like, it wasn't one of those things of when they throw it, they're like, oh, they put their hands up. I mean, these guys were full on.
Ate that shit.
Right to the dome. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty sure if I took a cookie sheet or multiple cookie sheets to the dome, I would probably be busted open after 1 or 2. And these boys took it and kept going. I mean,
I used to do backyard wrestling. I've taken 2 cookie sheets to the dome, not busted open.
Damn. I know my fucking thin ass skin probably be busted open pretty quick, especially on my bald head dome I got going on here. But I digress. Great match between 2 originals. Frankie picking up the dub as the king, gets to continue as saying that he is the king. You know, he had talked about going in. He's been a loyal soldier and didn't really get all that many opportunities. And like EY had gotten opportunities, been a multiple-time TNA heavyweight champion, and he feels like he squandered them. So he's able to beat him, vanquish him, and move on. But all in all, a good Full Metal Mayhem match. That's why I gave it 7.
Cesar, Full Metal Mayhem at Rebellion. What did you think?
I thought it was a really good match as well. I like the intro with EY talking to himself with the mask and everything. He said, "I never go back to being you." He said, "Bitch, I'm always you." He's like, "I'm the virus."
I think they actually showed that on Thursday, if I remember right.
I think they did show it Thursday, but yeah. He was like,
but I agree with you on that. That was great how they sprinkle that in there.
Yeah, he's like, "I'm the virus within you." He's like, "Whether you want to be whoever you want to be, I'm always here for you to be that person that you want to be." So I like that little sprinkle of character development. And they both walked under the ladder. Uh Always a good trait there. Yeah, it was a crazy match. I'm gonna give it a 7 too. I'm gonna give it a 7 in the salt. I thought it was really good. Both guys came out there with the intent to destroy from what it looked like. And then yeah, what they say 18 matches, and then this is the first one they've been in together.
Yeah.
Is against each other. Yeah. I know Sangria, you was getting your rocks off to the cookie sheet. TNA bringing them cookie sheets out. A dual cookie sheets, even, and then some more. Yeah, put him in the trash can, punching it with the steel can, put him in the echo chamber. I think the commentators called it like, yeah, an echo chamber. Using ladders, using tables. The fans want fire because they just want ignorant shit all over. But yeah, no. Like I said, 7 and salt. This was a good match. I really didn't care really who won because the match was so good. Because I'm really interested on the story of who it's going, but I think I am a little bit happier Frankie won, from Frankie like doing shit and getting suspended and then coming back and then getting big wins. Maybe will lead to him getting a title match. Um, I mean, shit, I don't see him disrupting the system, but I mean, whatever he wants to do. Like, I mean, I
You,
don't
you could
mind
see
seeing Frankie
you could
versus
see
Moose.
them building it so that way the person that does possibly disrupt the system, he
Yeah,
would be maybe that first heel that he faces going after the system.
right. If it's a face, but like,
Yeah.
if Frankie wants to just be like he can disrupt the system because he's above it because he's been there 20 years. I wouldn't be mad at that. And Moose versus Frankie on some shit, and then Frankie try to cheat to win. I wouldn't be mad at that either.
Well, moving on to the first surprise of the night, it was Steve McLean in the
Mm-hmm.
ring running his mouth. Demands match. Santino comes out, sets up a match with the newest signee, eager to fight. It's old Mike Santana.
Yeah, girl.
Been a minute since I've seen Santana in action. He measures up to McLean. I guess everyone uses the cutter now. McLean's diving headbutt does way more damage with that fucking Jay Leno jaw. Spin the block is Santana's finisher. It's a spinning lariat, STB, and that's how he defeats old McLean. Decent surprise. I give it a 5. It was all right. It was nice to see Mike Santana back. I didn't realize he was that big, but in TNA, I guess they recorded different. Cesar, what'd you think of the first surprise of the night of Mike Santana returning?
Yeah, I thought it was the same thing, man. Like it was great to see him back. He's wrestling. I know he was trying to get out of his ATW contract, as most good wrestlers should. So yeah, he's in TNA. He showed up. He fought Macklin. We all know Macklin's a great wrestler. They just went out there and just had a match. Sure, I'm not signing this till I get a match of Rebellion. Well, I got a new trainee and matches with Santino on this fuck shit. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 5 as well. Pretty good match. Both guys, like I feel like they went through the motions and got a good match in. Good cooler match from the craziness that we just had, leading into whatever's next. And yeah, got no problems with it.
First surprise of the night, we got Mike Santana returning to TNA. What'd you think?
I agree with you guys. I gave it 5. It was a nice little surprise match. Macklin came out, complained how he didn't have a match on the card. Okay. How about the first surprise of the night? Santana showed up. It's good to see him back in TNA. Was part of LAX. Obviously, him and Ortiz aren't together anymore, but it's good to have him back. TNA fans will remember him from his LAX days. I was hyped to see it. I'm interested to see how Santana is going to be as a singles wrestler. And he didn't look too terrible. So, this is something to build on. Macklin is a good wrestler to have it against, former TNA champion. A really good guy in the ring. So, all in all, it was a 5, and it was a good match to have as a surprise match going into the card.
Well, up next, the TNA Tag Team Championships are on the line. It's the System versus Speedball Mountain. Speedball Mountain work very well together. Alicia, still a great asset with a trailer park face. Eddie fucks up Trent's knee on the stairs. Alicia's cheap ass earrings falls off as she slams her hand on the mat. That was funny. The camera caught that at the perfect timing too. Speedball kicks the shit out of Eddie to save Trent from being in the single leg crab. He took his time though. Moonsaults out of the ring to take out Myers. Eddie kicks out of Speedball Mountain's tag finish. Trent kicks out of the System's tag finish. Burning Hammer Ultimo Weapon on Eddie almost gets the win. Myers spears the mullet off of Speedball on the outside. Roster cut. Boston knee party to Trent. The System retains. Great tag match. I liked it. I like this tag match. All four of these guys, as Cesar would say, showed up, showed out. Cesar 316. We got the goods tonight on the PLE. I gave it 7 with the Salt Cesar TNA Tag Team Championship match. What'd you think?
To me, can't lie to you, gents. This was my beer cheese match of the night. I thought this was the best match on the card. Granted, I haven't watched the pre-show, but I mean, if I give any other match a beer cheese, I'm gonna get the ABC, and I'm not gonna be that pretentious to say
that's never happened before, huh?
Yeah, we never given a beer cheese to
on a pre-show match. That's wild. That'd be wild.
I've not watched the ABC, and I know the ABC always usually gets the beer cheese with your boy.
Cesar, I'm just gonna say this. You gotta let us know tomorrow when you watch it. You gotta let us know in the chat what you think, man.
He's gonna watch it tonight. Watch.
Yeah, I might. I might watch it right after this. I'll let you crackers know.
We'll watch it during the AEW review.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah, like halfway through Imagine AEW, he'll be like, boys, hold on. I gotta change my TNA beer cheese match. I gotta change it.
I'll pull up Google in the background right now and watch that trash. Don't threaten me with a good time. I thought this match was the beer cheese of the night, though. So I'm gonna give it an 8 in the beer cheese. This was a really good match. I mean, the false finishes all were great. Yeah. The combination moves all were great. Yeah, you're setting up with Trent. Trent 7 with the knee issues, so maybe he can't leap back to get to Speedball. When he had cracking the half Boston Crab, Speedball had to go to the quick kicks. They kicked ahead to get that. They hit the backpack stunner and the elbow drop to Trent 7 when he was in there for a minute and still kicked out. The combo moves were so great. The announcers brought it up that last time they were in Vegas, Trent 7 couldn't be here because of flight issues, and Speedball had to work with Laredo Kid on some cracker shit.
That was hard to kill, I think.
Hard to kill. Yeah. There was a lot of shout outs to Hard to Kill. Yeah. Nick Nemeth debuted. Jordan Grace won the title, and then the system didn't quite have the titles yet. But anyway, still a fire match, all good. Everybody was on their shit in this match. It was not just a Cesar 316, it was Sticks 316. Everybody was there. Everybody got their shit in. This was a banger. To me, I thought it was the best match of the night. No other match I watched I thought was better. And that's crazy because your boy Josh is later in the match as well, and he's usually cooking. He's usually cooking. He might be Sticks' beer cheese, and I'm not gonna hate him for it. But I thought the tag team wrestling was on point, and I always think the tag team wrestling in TNA is super, super on point. Like they might be, dare I say, slightly better than them NXT boys. And we all know when the UE was in NXT, they were on top.
I don't think I've seen a bad tag match in TNA.
TNA, right? Yeah, like
a bad tag match.
Yeah, like and NXT still cooks with good tag matches. NXT still cooks. I'm not saying they don't, but I've yet to see a bag. Even if we go back to Thursday with the system against Motor City Crackers, that shit cooked too. Don't sleep on TNA. when they say they got a tag match on the card. Shit, even the women be cooking
for
on
sure.
a tag match on TNA. So do not sleep on a TNA tag match.
Sticks, this tag team championship match, it made everybody in it look great. What did you think of the TNA tag team championship match?
I gave the 7 in the mustard. This was a great tag team match. I mean, like Cesar said, the false finishes, the combo moves. We've talked about Alicia's spot in TNA. This is where she needs to be. I mean, I don't need to see her wrestling. I don't need to see her teaming up with Masha Slamovich. Her best asset is being out there outside the ring whenever the system is wrestling, especially when her husband Eddie is wrestling and Brian Myers are out there. This is the best spot. Like Cesar, like you guys said, the camera angle when she pounded the ring, the earring fell. Great. This tag team match is when you see two tag teams that have great chemistry together go out there and put on a fucking show. This was a great tag team match. I mean, I'm just biased for myself. I'm going to have my boys the A, the B, the C. I mean, I know that wasn't a tag match. It was a trios match. I thought that match was just a scotch above this match. But, I mean, this match was straight fucking fire, boys, I guess. So I gave it 7. And the mustard, this was great tag team wrestling.
Next was a last man standing match. It was Hammerstone versus Josh Alexander 3. Hammerstone bringing that headgear trophy with him. We got dueling suplexes here. Josh drops Hammerstone on the apron. Hammerstone tosses Josh off the top turnbuckle onto the apron. Fans shouting at ref that he's counting too slow. Very obnoxious fans in Vegas. These guys really love dropping each other on the fucking apron. Figure 4 on the ring post by Josh. Hammerstone uses a headgear to attack. It cut Josh open. Hammerstone brutally attacking Josh's head. Torture Rack Jones over here. Josh is a bloody mess. He's laughing while he's getting his head kicked in. Ankle lock out of nowhere. I think the Drama King quoted dodgeball on commentary, Cotton. Josh extremely aggressive with his second wind. He pours out tacks, but Hammerstone nightmare pendulum off of the second turnbuckle onto the fucking tacks. But Josh C4 spikes Hammerstone on the ramp. It wasn't a great one, but he does it. This was a fucking, my notes didn't really do it justice, but this was a knockout brawl. These guys fucked each other up. This was a great, I hope this is the end to this trilogy of fighting. Josh got his headgear back. To me, I enjoyed this match a lot. I loved it. This gets my beer cheese. I gave this 8 in the beer cheese. I loved it. Josh Alexander, that dude, he's the second coming of Kurt Angle here. I love Josh Alexander. I'm late to the game here on Josh Alexander, but Sticks, my God, the walking weapon, incredible. What do you think of this last man standing match?
This also got my beer cheese. I gave this 8 in the beer cheese. You know, a lot of last man standing match. I mean, they have a lot of times they bring in a lot of weapons, and in this match, really only the weapon that was really brought in was tacks. So I was like, wow, this is kind of almost a pure like match that's a last man standing, just with some thumbtacks. But like you said, very, very aggressive match. That nightmare pendulum match onto the tacks. And then they showed Hammerstone in the corner. They show the camera. He's picking fucking tacks out of his fucking thigh. Alexander got his second win. All in all, outside of the C4 spike, I mean, it could have been done a lot better, or the camera angle could have been done better. But I digress. All in all, that's the only bad. I don't know if you want to say bad part of the match, but great storytelling. Josh is able to pick up the dub. Hopefully this is the end. Got his headgear back. All in all, I thought it was a great last man standing match. They had this was like the third of like 3 really good matches on this card that you're like, you could have 3 options to be beer cheese matches. I picked this. I mean, I'm not gonna be mad. See, I wasn't mad Cesar had the tag match. I thought that was a nominee. After watching the pre-show, you could have had a nominee on the pre-show. When you have a card that has 3 matches that could be beer cheese nominees, it's a pretty good freaking wrestling card for a Saturday night. Thought this match was great. I gave it 8 in the beer cheese. Hopefully Josh is moving on. He's back to being refocused on that TNA championship, because like he even said in the promos, he was just strictly focused on getting that championship match back. And then him and Hammerstone happened. Hammerstone had his full attention. Now he can move on. We'll see what's next for Josh. We'll see what's next for Hammerstone. Great last man standing match.
By the way, what a great first feud for Hammerstone. He's just coming in Impact, and they give him the top guy. And they made him look like a million.
Well, it was a great match to have for his first like his first match in TNA. What was it, like a Hard to Kill? Yeah. He just comes in, not even signed. Like it was just basically like one night, and then
you got one match. You got one match to impress us, and we're gonna stick you with fucking Josh Alexander.
And he came out look like Josh did good for him too. Made him like sold for him. Made him look like $1 million, and it proceeded to get him signed. And then you keep having a good feud with one of the top, if not top, guys in TNA. Pretty good to say for yourself.
What I failed to mention was that Josh, he broke the count by sliding out of the ring. Like he was so exhausted, he slid under the ring to stop the 10 count. Gave me shades of Ciampa when he did that NXT a while ago. But Cesar, what do you think of this last man standing match?
No, I thought this was really good. To me, I think this was the second best match of the night. Not watching anything else to Sticks watch. Like I said, the pre-show or anything, I thought this was the second best match of the night. So off rip, I'm giving this 7 and the salty mustard. That's literally the highest praise I could give it. Besides the 8 and the beer cheese, I like the tag match a little bit better. But yeah, no, was this match not great? These dudes went at it from the beginning. It was hard hitting. They were hitting each other, slamming each other, doing the Lord's work in that ring. Yeah, the only real gimmick shit they used was the tacks. They had the outside Josh being smart and doing and preying on the legs. Like he hit the knee and the fucking turnbuckle. He hit the ankle lock. He was stomping on his leg. Yeah, motherfucker can't stand because he got a bum leg. He can't get up. Last man standing. That's fucking genius. Yeah, I love this whole match. It was super, super good. I just thought the height of the tag match with I don't know, man. It's something about really good false finishes that can get me going in a match, and like the super quick saves at the end, especially with like the tag team moves that were going on in that match.
It's still going on about the fucking tag team match. We get it.
I love it.
We loved it.
I loved it.
All right, I get it.
Man, it was wrestling. Talk about wrestling, man.
Move on to the next match. It was for the Knockouts Championship. We had old thick mommy pump Jordan Grace versus SDL is what I'm going to call her from now on, because when I say her whole name, I sound weird.
With a good hand.
Ulysses Diaz and Ash by Elegance are spectating. SDL rocking a wedgie and the good hands for some reason. SDL is 5'11", but looks like a giant next to Grace. I'm a big fan of that cheekiness from SDL. Lots of good hand shenanigans. SDL clobbers Grace with the title. Good hands put ref shirt on the count. I don't even know why they did that. It shouldn't have been fucking official. The lights go out.
Yeah.
And I almost reached for the remote. It was PCO. And my interest has reached 0. About to chokeslam SDL, but Khan comes out. He fucking chokeslams PCO out of the ring. I was like, oh my God, they didn't even show how he landed. When he came down, I was like, oh my, holy shit, that dude's fucking dead. I didn't even see how he landed. Hopefully he was fine, but of course he was. Beside Rain, that looked gnarly. Khan shoves Grace down, gets low blowed, but the good hands and Khan get some of Grace, but the lights go out again. And the second surprise of the night, Bam Margera, Sammy Callahan clears
The disrespect. The disrespect.
Juggernaut driver. Grace retains. This is on the Vegas crowd. I told Sticks the Vegas crowd was terrible. There was no pop. I didn't hear any pop for Sammy. Sammy's a big deal. It was cool that he came back. He just probably need a little break. That was a good surprise. And the Juggernaut retains. I hope this isn't the last we've seen of SDL versus Jordan Grace, because again, I'm becoming a really big fan of SDL. Giving it a pretzel rating, I give it a 6. I give it a respectable 6 pretzels. Cesar, what do you think of the second surprise of the night, the match? Fucking PCO almost ruining it.
Yeah, I had it as a 6. PCO showed up. I had it as a 3. Sammy Callahan showed up. I put it back to a 6.5. So that's where I'm gonna end up. What I was like, PCO. Why are we giving PCO a pay-per-view check? I was like, why? Why I don't care about PCO? Why is he here? Why is he here? The good hand, I get it, man. They were out there doing what they had to do. And then as soon as you bought PCO, I knew that punk ass fuckboy Khan was gonna come out and this is gonna be some bullshit again. And then as soon as he did, I was like, ugh. But the Sammy Callahan death machine showed back up and ruled some ass. And he did it fat man style, because every time he slammed somebody, he had to pull up his belt with his pants because they fell down. And I was like, that's fat man problems right there. I was like, yeah, Sammy Callahan, real fat man problems. But hey, he showed up. He had to do work. He had to do dirt, and they got a new ref in that fucking bullshit. So yeah, I'm gonna give it 6 and some salt. It was good for me that the surprises came back. PCO can go to hell, and Khan can go to hell with him. Y'all already know how I feel about that bullshit. But Sammy Callahan back full time, I'm with it.
Yeah, as soon as I saw Sammy appear in the ring, I was like, oh my God, Sticks he went from Sticks to Midnight, because his boy has
it.
Sticks, what did you think? I mean, we had a focus on Jordan and SDL, but all of a sudden the fucking surprises just kept coming. What'd you think of this?
Well, once again, watching the pre-show, SDL showed up, had the good hands. Matt Cardona had to have surgery. I think it was on an arm or something like that, so he wasn't going to be there. So she rolled the good hands. You could have just left it as the fuck shit with the official. You could have had the lights go out, and you could have did Sammy. But you had to bring in PCO. You had to get a pay-per-view paycheck. You had to bring in Khan to get a pay-per-view paycheck. I don't know if maybe it adds to the allure, to the grade of having Sammy. I think Jordan Grace put a clip out on it was either Twitter or Instagram, that after the match she was saying that she knew that there was going to be some fuck shit afoot, and so she was looking for some backup, and she couldn't think of better backup than Sammy Callahan. Sammy, of course, comes in and says he's back. He's got to right the wrongs that have been going on TNA. But I digress. I also agree. I gave a 6 in the salt. It was a good match. Having the shenanigans, like you said, you could have done without PCO and Khan. If you would have went without PCO and Khan, if you just would have had the good hands and then Sammy, I probably would have gave it 7 in the salt. But like Cesar, my ratings started fluctuating when you had PCO, when you had Khan. But having Sammy show up and added and brought it back to the good, to the green, all in all, Jordan Grace retains. Like you said, I'm a fan of SDL. I've seen a lot. I've seen her work on the indies with Matt Cardona and stuff like that. I think she's a good wrestler. I mean, she had a brief little run in NXT, then was released. I think she's done really good for herself on the indies, has parlayed it into like some opportunities. Hopefully she gets the chance to be on TNA a little bit more. I think that she'd do good things in the ring for TNA and for herself. But I digress. All in all, 6 in the salt for me.
Well, moving on to the main event for the TNA Championship, Moose, defending champion, versus Nick Ziggler. Dolph's brother.
Oh, wait,
Dagger in the
Mangria.
crowd.
Mangria, hold up.
Moose, what?
Mangria, hold up. I have a message from the coalition.
Uh-oh.
They would like you to refer him to MFM, motherfucking Moose, because he will fuck your mother and he will kill her with that moose dick that he's got. That's what you wanted to say, right? That's what you want me to say? I have a coalition member here. He wanted me to make sure that you introduce him on this podcast as MFM.
Can you believe this shit? This motherfucker is over here.
This nigga, dog, he don't run this company. He don't run this company.
Yeah, this ain't Tuesday nights, motherfucker. This is Saturday night.
It's funny you said MFM because over here it stands for Madera Ford Mercury. That was the first place I ever worked. But we had defending champion, the MFM.
There we go. See,
Moose
he said it.
versus Nick Ziggler, Dolph's family in the crowd. Moose with that dick swinging energy.
You know,
System in Moose's corner. I appreciate both men's gear here, but I don't appreciate Moose's selling so far. The System are ejected. This is not Tord, fucking Drama King shouts. Moose having a rough time climbing the ropes with Dolph on his back. This entire time I've been taking notes, watching Rebellion. I've had EY's well-being in the back of my mind, scouring Twitter, looking for updates. Dolph has dropped 400 elbows while Moose is powerbombing the shit out of him. Even takes out the feed to this broadcast. I think there was a failed attempt of a mid-air super kick spot. Dolph does a modified Famouser instead. This match is sloppy as fuck. Miscommunication issues, I don't know. But Moose trying too much, I don't know. Fucked up spear to Dolph. He pins Dolph and raises Dolph's arm. Ref still counts to 3. Dolph's shoulder wasn't even on the mat. The Tron starts showing shit and lights out for the third and final surprise. Broken Matt Hardy hits the twist of fate on Moose. It was a very awkward end. Even the way the show went off the air was kind of like, is there something else? And then like it faded to black. All right. Okay. Broken Matt is back. That's okay. And this is where his whole broken universe became like, it blew up. So hopefully it was okay. I'm not mad at it. I just don't think it was necessary. But pretzel rating for the main event, a sad 4. Sticks, the main event of Rebellion, saw the return of the Broken One and a sloppy ass fucking match. What'd you think?
Yeah, definitely not the way TNA wanted to go out. Even with the surprise of Broken Matt Hardy. I gave it a 5, and I'm probably being generous on that. Like you said, there was a lot of miscommunication, a lot of sloppy parts of this match, which is really surprising with coming from both guys, especially coming from Dolph. But I mean, it just seemed like they weren't on the same page. They couldn't get on it. And then on top of that, you had the stuff leading in, like the lights out little promo, some of that. To have it be Matt Hardy, I mean, okay. I mean, like you said, the best works of the Broken Universe came in TNA. So you know this is going to be very promo CGI filled with him being there. I mean, his in-ring work isn't the best. I mean, so it's going to be a lot of hyping, promo work, all that stuff with it, which at this point in Matt Hardy's career, he's a very creative person, so that's what you're going to lean on. But all in all, I mean, we really don't say this much about TNA. I don't really say this much about TNA, but it left me kind of with I don't know if I want to say like a bad taste at the end of this pay-per-view, because I mean, like I had talked about, had 3 really great matches in it, and then it culminates to this. I mean, and then you had the botch, and then the unveiling. So hopefully they can rebound going forward. I think Under Siege is coming up as the next PLE, the next TNA Plus event. So hopefully they can build towards that, and then have that be something that you can have that forget. It makes you kind of maybe forget this bad ending of Rebellion.
And I can't wait till the lights go out at Under Siege and Brother Nero, I knew you'd come. Fucking shows up.
Don't say that
Zank,
shit. Don't say that.
Chris Zank throws his child through the TV.
Yeah.
Cesar, we got the defending TNA champ, the MFM, versus Dolph. What'd you think of this going out with a whimper main event?
I totally agree with you earlier. The 6-man tag should have taken place instead of the Joe Hendry match. That's what I've been watching since y'all said I was going to watch it, and I watched that shit, and that match cooked. That match was good as shit. Match cooked. Sorry, Joe Hendry, get your ass to the pre-show. Shit, it could have taken place instead of this shit, and it would have been a better fucking ending to this pay-per-view. Yeah.
Cesar, I gotta ask you. That fucking move that Leon hit at the end. What you fucking think of that, man?
It's a Swanton 450 Sangria.
Swanton, man.
Damn.
Like,
That move
he
was
literally when he jumps, he hits a Swanton, and right when he's like perfectly over somebody, twist into a 450. I don't know how the fucker does it. Because I feel like you have to hit a 450 from the top.
Did they kick out or did they disrespect?
No, that was the end.
Oh, okay.
They eat. You can't kick out of that shit. That's like the new Canadian Destroyer. You can't kick out of that shit. It's a swan, and they called it a Swanton 450. I still don't know how he pulls it off because he's in the air for like at least 2 seconds and then just goes bow. Fucking disgusting.
Well,
now back to this shit.
Javon Evans, he does a sort of a similar thing where he
with the fucking
and he does the corkscrew thing.
He does the corkscrew shit. Yeah. These niggas nowadays are inventive. But I tell you who's not inventive, this nigga in this ring, MFM with Dolph Ziggy. Honestly,
I should sign that guy. No.
out of here. Yeah, I'm with you guys. There was a lot of miscues in this match. You know, I didn't mind them missing the step because Dolph choking him. And the first time I thought it was like a good idea to have. But then I was like, oh, this motherfucker really just can't see the rope. Like Dolph's thick neck ass is just on him and he can't see the rope to step up to get him off. And I was like, well, that's actually bad. like this is making it look dumb. Because like Dolph was on his back for a minute and choking him. And then so if he's like climbing and misses it and then comes back, grabs it, and then grabs up and then slams him, that could build into the story. Like, oh, he's struggling.
But what they didn't show was Dolph's dad was sleeping and his brother was on his TikTok the whole time.
Yeah, the whole time.
It was just so disrespectful.
Yeah, Moose hitting the moonsault without Dolph hitting the super kick. Missed that cue. So yeah, that was also bad as well. He doesn't call the zig. What does he call it now? It's not the zigzag.
Danger zone. Danger zone.
Yeah. Even him going for the spear. I get it.
Which every time I hear that finisher, I always remember of Archer and Archer going,
yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of miscues. I mean, for two guys who we know can have a great match, like this wasn't it. So yeah, I'm with Mangria. I'm gonna give it a 4. To me, it wasn't a good main event. Like if you're gonna main event, yeah, like the intro with them following Dolph around in Vegas, then him disappearing. And then, like, he ain't showing up was better than the match. Like the intro was better than the match. What the fuck is this? Um, yeah, I don't know. Like I feel like they can have a better match. It was just, it didn't click right here. And that sucks because I gotta just say it's trash.
Well, moving on.
Yeah.
AEW also had a pay-per-view. Thank
Yeah.
God. It was free 99 for your boy.
For me.
Dynasty. That's right. 2 out of the 3 legs of the tripod. Get to watch the Elite Trash for free now. Definitely not sold out in St. Louis. Choppy as fuck, but I can't complain about free 99. The first match of the night was the Continental Championship. We had Okada versus Pac. Fat guy in lime green Cena shirt is distracting in the crowd. JR is on commentary. I appreciate the Continental rules, at least. No interference. Pac is looking great. Okada emotionless until the draping DDT off the railing outside. I'm not going to bore everyone with too many notes on this pay-per-view until later. Crowd is more into this than I am. It's not a bad match. Perhaps I'm just impatient. These are 2 wrestling vets that are working this match at their own pace. Slow cooking, crockpot, if you will. I'll never get used to the tombstone being a regular move. Okada has bastardized it. Okada with shady tactics and a Rainmaker retains is I 5 pretzels. Cesar, what'd you think of the kickoff to this shit if you watched it? Okada, Pac, Continental title.
I mean, I guess I didn't go with the hate in my heart that you did. I mean, I thought this was a good match. You didn't think this was a good match? There's way more trash on this pay-per-view.
Oh, I'm getting to it.
Yeah, we know. But like if you look at everything else after this match, there's not
like I
too many
said,
highs.
it's just me. Like I said in my notes.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe I'm just impatient.
You know what? You are correct, sir. It is just you. I thought this was a better match than Sangria shit on.
Hey, you know what, that kid? This guy keeps giving me.
We don't care. We don't care. It was Pac versus Okada. It was good. Had a great false finishes. Pac missed the broken arrow. Okada didn't want to give the crowd the Rainmaker, which they wanted, and then said, "Fuck you." I thought that was a good showmanship. I thought this match was better than what you said. Now I'm gonna give it a 6. We give it a 6 in the mustard because it was the first match out. Like I said, did not watch the pre-show. I can guarantee you. I ain't going back to watch this fucking pre-show. I know it was shit. But I will give this
forgot about it.
I will give this 6 in the mustard. I thought this was a good match to start the show. And yeah, we know Okada's good. We know Pac's good. And they've been feuding. Apparently, they've been feuding. There, but they've been feuding for a while, leading up to Okada having his first Continental Classic title match.
Yeah, defense.
I didn't even know he beat Eddie Kingston for it. That's how long I haven't been watching TV. But don't worry about that. Don't you fucking worry about that because I thought this match was 6 and whatever I said.
Well, Sticks, if you have any pre-show thoughts, go ahead and express them and then tell me what you thought about Okada versus Pac.
Okay, pre-show. First match, Trent took on took on Matt Sydal. He beat Matt Sydal. Matt Sydal's brother was there. I guess they're a tag team. Yeah, okay. He ended up beating up Matt Sydal, ended up beating up his brother. Chucky T came in, made the save. Trent, hilariously, he grabbed the mic and he's telling Chuck, "Hey, Chuck, I've been trying to get a hold of you, said, calling you, sending you a text. You're acting like a real prick. That's kind of funny saying that's coming from Chuck, coming from Trent." And then he tells Trent, "Hey, I need your answer on where you stand by Wednesday." That bled over to the second match. The second match had Orange Cassidy and I forget who it was, but it was a tag team match. You kind of wondering where Trent was going to go. Trent was able to slither out. Only other thing, they had the Trios Unification Championship match, I guess. I didn't know they were going to unify the Ring of Honor and the AEW trios, but you had the Bang Bang Gang taking on the Scissor Gang. Bullet Club Gold won. They're the new unified trios champions. Jay White hit the Blade Runner on Billy Gunn. Okay. This match, open up the main card. I agree with Cesar. I thought it was a good match. Okada leaning into the heel that he's becoming. Went for the famous Rainmaker pose that he does so well with the fans, and then just basically gives a middle finger and said, "Nah, I'm not doing that for you. You fucking marks." Pac, like Cesar said, Pac and Okada's have had things going on back and forth between each other. Culmination of it, like he said, false finishes, and then Okada's been doing the tombstone overseas. So I mean, I just see it as another guy doing the tombstone. It is what it is. He hit the Rainmaker, picked up the dub. I agree with Cesar, and I agree with you. I like the rules. I like the Continental Championship rules, which I think they had talked about it too. They were like, well, this is good because then you don't have any outside interference from, like, I don't know, the Bucks or anybody else. I mean, Pac really at this point right now doesn't really have anybody in his corner. Death Triangles, not really all there. But all in all, that was a good match to open up the card for an ATW pay-per-view. You showcased one of your new biggest signee and Okada as champion. He went out there, picked up the dub, didn't have any outside interference, any shenanigans. And all in all for HW, it wasn't a bad way to open up your pay-per-view. I gave it a 6 and a salt.
I'm gonna go through 2 matches because there were way too many fucking matches. Black Magic Crack-a-Shit versus Adam, Eddie, and Briscoe. I'd rather hang out with Eddie Kingston and watch him in a bar fight than watch him wrestle anymore.
Sure.
Mark Briscoe is always entertaining, and Adam was there too. Eddie falls out of excitement. It's fucking funny.
When he slapped that cracker and then fell over.
Again, would be funnier at a bar. They gave this match way too much time. Black Skeet and Adam Soul, Waffle Jalapa, the Black Magic Crack-a-Shit win. I gave it 2 black skeeted pretzels. Moving on, TBS champion Julia Hart versus Willow. Not a fan of either of these broads, but Julia's wedgie helped me tolerate this nonsense. TBS title has 0 prestige. I'm guessing Sasha Botch will get it and keep it for the rest of the year. Stokely pissing off Taz on commentary was funny. She got that dog in her. That was funny. Willow wins. Chuck E. Cheese, here we come. The CEO out to spoil the moment. I gave this an overrated pretzel. Sticks, we got a trios tag and a TBS championship match. Please don't spend too much time on this.
Black Feet, Black Cracker Magic match. I watched. They had Adam, Eddie, and Briscoe on Saturday on Collision. Didn't look impressive then. They were going against, I think, Top Flight and Action Andretti. Wasn't going to be blown out of the water on this match. Sure wasn't. Gave it 3 pretzels. TBS championship match. The only thing I like is I respect how far Julia Hart has come from being just that cheerleader to being to where she is now. Like, she's put the work in on promos and in the ring. I mean, is she great? No, but she's better than where she has been. I had a feeling she was probably going to lose this because I have a feeling they were going to set up Mercedes and Willow for the championship match, which would probably end up having Mercedes end up winning. I'm not a fan of Mercedes since she's left WWE. I think her promos have gotten exponentially worse and worse than what she was in WWE.
Yep.
Even over in Japan, I didn't think she was great over there. I mean, was I glad that she was able to get work? Hey, yeah, but I mean, she's gonna get work because she's one of the bigger name divas out there. Outside that, I'm all looking forward to her and Willow at Double or Nothing. I'm going to look forward to it just about as much as I look forward to this match. This match, I gave it 2 pretzels, mainly because I thought Julia Hart's done really well, and Willow, I just can't get into anything Willow does.
Well, that being said, Sticks, I can't believe I'm going to be rooting for Willow when she fights fucking Mercedes at Double or Nothing. But yeah, you hit the nail on the head. Sasha's promos. I mean, I know WWE is scripted, but my God, her promos. If you mess with Monet, you're gonna go bankrupt. It made. I never use this word. I'm gonna use it for the first time ever. It made me cringe, gentlemen. It made me cringe. And as far as Julia Hart goes, her video package, expressionless. I know she's supposed to be expressionless. I don't believe a word she says. She's awful on promos. She's basically a blonde out there. Her wrestling has improved. Not to me, not her promos. But yeah, I do appreciate her wrestling has improved. Her character has come a long way. Still not good. But Cesar, I digress. What did you think of the 6-man tag? That's right, Tony Skeet, 6-man tag. And the TBS championship match. Please change your background. Please change your background.
What?
I'm waiting for you to put 6 Cesar 632.
Oh no, I watched it. I watched it.
Yeah, all right.
I watched it. It was a 6-man tag. It was Eddie Kingston. You think I'm not gonna watch Eddie Kingston match?
I wouldn't.
I'm watching Eddie Kingston. I don't give a shit about Edge. And I'm still flabbergasted that Mark Briscoe is the ROH World Champion and he's still tagging with Eddie Kingston. I still don't understand this shit and how they're together with the TNT champion, Edge. I don't know that nigga's real name. And then they're fighting the Black Magic Cracker shit.
Say less.
Yeah, I didn't care. I honestly didn't care. I didn't care. I watched it. I didn't care. Yeah, the highlight of the match was Eddie Kingston chopping that crack and falling over.
Yeah.
And like Taz and them were laughing at that shit. That was the highlight of the match. Don't care. There were what did y'all give it?
I gave it 2 black skeeted pretzels.
Sticks?
I gave it 3, but I was probably being generous.
Yeah, whatever. Was something in between there. I didn't give a fuck. All right, TBS match.
Two in the black salt.
There we go. TBS match was Julia Hart and Willow Nightingale. Yeah, Julia Hart's getting better in the ring. I can recognize she's getting better in the ring. I don't care about Willow Nightingale. I really don't. I think she's trash too. And I don't care that she's fighting Mercedes Moné next at All In. You know, that match is getting 2 pretzels. She fights Mercedes Moné, that match is getting 2 pretzels. And it's getting 2 pretzels because of Stokely Hathaway. The match she just fought. Taz. She got a dog in her. The only other and we all know that Mercedes is gonna win because she lost to that bitch in New Japan. So this shit is already ruined. Yeah, Julia getting better. I will give pretzels to Julia getting better. I'll give that 2 to 3 pretzels. Sure. Julia getting better, sure. Her promos, yeah, they're like she with these garbage ass niggas that need to go away. I mean, like, why? Like, okay,
we're spending
Adam.
too much time. That's enough of that. Up next is for the International Championship. It's Roddy Strong versus Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle looks like a junkie who hasn't slept in 2 months.
Facts.
With his transparent glasses on, Roddy looks like he would play a rapist on the Netflix special. The Messiah of the Backbreaker shining here. These two know and trust each other so much. They brought it. This was finally the first good match of the night, in my opinion.
Hell yeah.
This was for sure one of those matches knew was going to be good. Oh, never mind. Wardlow came out. End of heartache, but Roddy does win clean because Wardlow he just got on the rope. He was wasting space. Adam Cole, able to walk now, comes out with the Kingdom. Cole gives him the stink eye, gives Wardlow the stink eye. This was a good match. I liked it a lot. I gave it 6 pretzels. These guys, of course, they've brought it their whole careers. This was like a for sure good match. Like Tony Skeets was like, we'll have these guys fight, and they're like, we don't need no direction, we got this, and they did. FTW Championship. This was the lowest point of the night. It was Hook versus Jericho. Now that Sting is gone, Tony needs something else to overreact to. Well, Tony Schiavone, and it's the Hook signal. Every time it goes up there, oh, it's the Hook signal. All right, Tony, relax. Hook T-Bone suplexes Jericho off of the apron through a table on the outside of the ring, giving me EY flashbacks. I jumped on my phone again, check him out, see if he's okay. I don't want to see anyone get legit hurt or killed, but I do want this match to end. The crowd is hating on Jericho big time. Hook about to get a hernia lifting Jericho's fat ass so many times. We've seen better chants. The crowd was so disrespectful, and I was here for it. 2 Judas effects and a bat strike. Jericho is the new champ. Taz is pissed. I gave this a whopping time-killing pretzel. Cesar, Roddy Strong versus Kyle, and then Hook versus Jericho.
Yeah, Roddy Strong versus Kyle was a great match. Yeah, like you said, this was a wrestling match. I don't know if you guys watch Chris Van Leet, the guy who like interviews wrestlers like a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's on YouTube. So he had John Morrison and Tyler Valkyrie on.
Yeah, I saw that.
You saw that. So the thing I'm going to bring up, because I always say like people who know each other fight harder.
Yeah.
He actually asked that question. And John Morrison said, the closer you are as friends, it's an unwritten rule, the harder you can fight each other in the ring.
Yeah.
It's just an unwritten rule. And then obviously because they fought each other, in the other indie shows where women can fight men. And it felt like to me, like, Kyle and Roddy have known each other for forever. So those backbreakers was looking like, I was like, damn nigga, he just got back in the ring. Shit. Like, why you snaking him like this, girl? Shit. And then some of them kicks, I was like, damn, why you kicking Roddy in the dome like that, bro? This was one of those matches, you know what I'm saying? Where 2 guys who've probably been wrestling, been around the business, they've wrestled multiple times, had a great match, yeah, with no direction in the ring. Like, they didn't need no promos going in. The shit was good. Yeah, I gave it 6 in the mustard. I thought this was a great match between 2 really good professional wrestlers. That didn't matter that the title was involved, but it was good. Adam Cole, baby, walked his slut ass down to the ring. Yeah, he gave the hard look at Wardlow because he gonna kick that big nigga in the neck for not winning the title. But yeah, this was really good.
And then the really bad was next.
You took notes on this shit?
I do it for the pretzels.
I've heard you skip matches on pay-per-views before, and you took notes on this shit.
What did you think of the match, Cesar?
This shit was shit. It was shit. Okay, Chris, if I could trade Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit and OJ for Chris Jericho, I would do it right now. If the devil came to me and said, Cesar, you're gonna die 10 years earlier than you expected, and I would say, look here, you fuck, I'm fat, I eat bacon, and I drink too much. I'm gonna die 10 years earlier than I think. Anyway, and I'm black, so I'm probably gonna die in the next 8 minutes. But I will trade you for Eddie Guerrero, Chris Bennett, and OJ just for his Twitter right now. And you can take Chris Jericho. I guarantee you I'd handshake that deal. I'd handshake that deal. I'd be on an episode of Supernatural. They'd be trying to hunt me down. Okay. I would do it. I'd do it right now just for the people. Okay. Because I know the people miss OJ's tweets. Hello, Twitter world, X world. This is your boy, OJ Simpson. Yeah, and Chris Benoit. He can keep the wife and the kids can stay in hell. I don't care where the fuck they at. But just Chris Bennett. Right now, just so he can get back in the ring and slap. Oof. You imagine Chris Bennett in Evil Gable? That shit would feed families right now, okay? Better than this bullshit.
Benoit and Josh Alexander.
Damn, yeah, and he's a free agent. And he's a free. He can go wherever he wants. He can go wherever he. Wherever. Oh, Chris Bennett, Gunther, Chris Bennett, Dragunov.
Yes.
Chris Bennett and Tyler Great. Sweet Dick. Sorry, I did not call him by his street name. Sweet Dick Tyler Great or Pete Dune.
OJ versus Dijak.
Feed families. Now this Chris Jericho versus Hook. Yeah, it fed nobody but the crowd. Nobody but the crowd. You know what? I'm mad I watched it. I am literally mad I watched it. I watched reviews on Instagram of 4 other people told me how bad this match was, and I still watch this trash. This should be this. If I get in the DeLorean, I would Caesar 632 this shit so bad. My God. I'd cut my left ball off just to not watch this match again. Okay.
You know what? I can't wait for the video to pop up on my TikTok of Cornette shitting on this. It's gonna be pretty damn good. Sticks, we had an international championship match, the good, and then we had an FTW championship match, the bad. What did you? Oh, Caesar, no pretzels, no dandruff sauce.
I don't give a fuck about that match.
Sorry. Match. All right, Sticks. What'd you think?
You know what? This beer is as bad as this match. I gotta go pour it out.
Roddy and Kyle, great match. I don't need to add any more to than what you two guys have talked about. Great match. I gave it 7 pretzels. FTW championship match. I mean, like you guys said, I will echo the sentiment of what Cesar said. If Satan came up to me, I would take Eddie Guerrero, OJ, Chris Benoit, and if he give me my hairline back, I'd die 25 years earlier if he would throw in my hairline to get rid of Chris Jericho. God, I would. You don't, man, Gria, I would so badly. And with that being said, that FTW championship match, I gave it 2 shit drizzled pretzels.
Much deserved. Up next, for the AEW Women's Championship, Timeless Toni Storm, defending champion versus Thunder Rosa. Now, see, in the past, when talking about Thunder Rosa matches,
sure,
I was not looking forward to them. I was like, man, Thunder Rosa. Here we go. They keep giving her the ball. All right, we're going to see that. Gentlemen, it was good. You know why? Because Nigel McGuinness was on commentary because Taz had to go have a pity party after his son got murdered.
He was crying.
Nigel is simping for Mariah. The match starts fists flying, catfight style. Timeless with the white on white face against a Princess Jasmine like Thunder Rosa, according to Nigel. This man is fucking hilarious. Fuck, of all matches, why is it extra choppy right now? That's just my bitching. Thunder Rosa actually looks like a Tijuana hooker. Timeless sporting granny panties. Still has the wedgie though. I cannot believe I'm enjoying a match that has Thunder Rosa in it. Deonna Purrazzo takes care of Mariah and Luther. Toni Storm, the queen of the bums. Man, Nigel is the man. Man, I wish he was on Dynamite.
I told you, watch Collision. I told you.
Cunt kick and a Storm Zero. Timeless retains. I enjoyed the fuck out of this match. I loved it. 7 pretzels from this match.
It was great.
Thank you, Nigel. Thank you, Nigel. Sticks. No, wait, Cesar, you go, Cesar. Timeless versus Thunder Rosa, please.
You know your boy gonna wax poetic. about one of his favorite female wrestlers of all time. Been following this woman since NXT UK. You think the number one reason why I watch Dynamite, you think I ain't gonna talk about her? Timeless Tony. She came out there, yeah, tit that shit black and white cracker. She came out there, yeah, hitting that shit. And she had the white face. You know what I'm saying? The white face. She got Mariah May. She got Luther. Luther got the champagne, carrying the bitch ass out there. And yeah, Thunder Rosa had the mask. They was like, oh shit, hold on. Thunder Rosa got the mask. She going real lucha libre. They thought she was going old school, give that big title fight feel. And you know Tony and Thunder Rosa. They got the history in the ATW. They fought before. They've been here before. And then she didn't even have the half of face paint on. She was ready to roll. She just wanted to win the title. She forgot who she was fucking with. She forgot she was fucking with the legend. Timeless. Tony. Stone. Who was ready for all her fuckery. Yeah, the match started off hot. They was throwing blows, throwing elbows, throwing kicks and shit. Timeless Tony hitting shit. Thunder Rosa coming back. Man, this shit was a classic. This was one of those good matches like Roddy Storm and them. They was throwing everything at each other, man. Timeless Tony was like, bitch, you ain't gonna get over on me. And then all of a sudden, as soon as you knew Timeless Tony was gonna get that dub, here comes Deonna Purrazzo. Hating. Why she hating, Zingrid? Why she hating on our girl? Timeless Tony.
Deonna butt chugging that haterade. That's why that ass is so big.
That's why that ass so fat. Because Deonna was butt chugging that haterade. She out here beating up Mariah May. Mariah May ain't do nothing to her. Just beating up Mariah May. Luther ain't never touched a soul. Luther just out here to carry bitches and give them champagne and shit. He ain't do nothing wrong. And Deonna Purrazzo gonna bring her thick body, the donka ass out there, beating bitches for no apparent reason. But our girl Timeless, she got the job done. And I respect her. And I think she's timeless. She's great. And she got the dub. I heard that post interview was raw. I saw some clips on YouTube. She talked some shit about some people. Talked some shit about a lot of people. And that shit was great too. And I'm gonna give it a 7 in the mustard.
Very respectable sticks. We had the AEW Women's Championship defended. Timeless Tony versus Thunder Rosa.
Boys, you knew you were going to be on something great when they said Nigel was there, and the first words Nigel said was, "I took my beta blockers so that way my blood pressure would be fine. Since I know Timeless Tony and Mariah were going to be in the ring, you knew you were going to be in for a show." And not only did you get that with Nigel on commentary, but Tony, like you said, having the Virtuosa come out. There's still got a little bit of that going on with her and Tony, even her and a little bit of Thunder Rosa. You had that going on. I'll keep it short, sweet. I gave it 7 in the salt. Thought it was a great match between the commentary, between the action in the ring and the action outside the ring. It was a great women's match, which you don't hear very often with AETW in those sentences. But
exactly,
they've got some women going. They've got some women that are not no offense, but they got some women cooking. So we might be in for a show here going forward with the women's division. That doesn't have to involve Mercedes Moné.
You fact.
Up next, it was Billy Beer Cheese Ospreay versus Bryan Danielson. Callis joins commentary this time. Nigel's still there. I believe the fans that are there for this match.
Yep.
Their excitement is making this better. These guys are perfect opponents. If you are a fan of the art that is professional wrestling, this was the match to see. The story being told, the commentary, it's just a fucking joy to watch. I could have taken pages of notes, but what a fucking match. The Tiger Driver may have legit injured Bryan. Hidden Blade, Osprey does win. And Bryan, I mean, if he's playing this off, he deserves an Oscar because this is the kind of performance, the injury that I believe WWE was like, oh fuck, we don't want this guy to get killed. He played it off. I haven't heard anything about Bryan. I've been looking.
Wait, you haven't? You haven't? No, so it was all a work.
Okay, good. I said I'd ask Eddie to shank me to not have to follow that one because holy shit, how do you follow that? Very high nomination for match of the year. This gets 9 pretzels and the beer cheese. The only reason why I didn't give this higher, because it deserved higher. I could have given it 10, first ever, because of the ref. The ref was annoying. The ref with the counting, like he could have counted to 3 at one point, but he obviously stopped himself. And then Bryan kicked out, or Osprey kicked out, I forgot. But the ref was very annoying. He kept getting in the way. I was annoyed by the ref. But other than that, this is why I love watching professional wrestling. 2 of the greatest to ever do it. It blew my balls off, Sticks. What did you think? We got Billy Beer Cheese versus Bryan Danielson.
I thought this was a great match itself. This is one of the few matches that AEW will probably put on that will be like probably one of the best matches in like pro wrestling. And ironically, it took a guy from New Japan and a guy from WWE. But that's the times that's what the times we are in today. There's a new company, they're gonna have to do that. But I digress. I gave this 9 in the beer cheese myself. This match was great. But you wouldn't expect anything less out of these 2 guys. Hidden Blade, the false finishes, the fighting out of moves, out of submission moves, Osprey being able to get out of the bell lock multiple times. Danielson being able to duck the Hidden Blade and then come back with a Busaiku knee, and then just the way the ending of it was with the both of them lining up, one with the Hidden Blade, one with the Busaiku knee, and Billy was able to freaking hit the Hidden Blade without taking the knee. Now, afterwards, he hit the Tiger Driver and he hit it perfectly on him. Like it was high on the shoulders, but it was one of those that was flat high on the shoulders. Now we'll give Danielson this. He did a good job of playing it. I thought he might have did a little bit overacting, but that could be just me. That could just be me. But that didn't take away the rating from me that I gave it. I gave a 9 in the cheese. We knew we were going to get with Will Ospreay. I mean, this guy steps, as soon as he steps in the building, it's going to be at the minimum 8 and mustard, 8 and salt. But you're going to get anywhere from 8 the cheese to 9 cheese with Ospreay. Danielson ratcheted it up. He knew he was in a match with a guy that is, he's even said it, he's on a different level, bruv. And he showed in this match. He's in rare air in wrestling today with a lot of wrestlers that aren't there. And he's able to elevate other wrestlers when they step in the ring. So he probably gave Danielson one of his best matches in this match. And it was a great freaking match, boys. That's why I gave it 9 the beer cheese.
So I didn't hear anything about it, but what made me breathe a sort of sigh of relief is that after the pay-per-view ended, I got on Instagram and I saw AEW had posted a video of Danielson in the doctor's room. I was like, oh, they wouldn't show that. He said like the aftermath of Bryan and Ospreay's ass, and Ospreay's like, Ospreay's like, oh, bro, I didn't know, blah, 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 blah. And then fucking Danielson's like, get the cameras out of here. I was like, they wouldn't have posted this shit if he was legit hurt. They would have had him at the hospital. So I breathed a little sigh of relief knowing that. But yeah, Cesar, I mean, Billy Beer Cheese has done it again. What'd you think?
No, I thought this was a great match. Well, I gave it 9 in the beer cheese as well. Um, I didn't think he was injured because when he hit the move, like he hit it, and then Danielson was playing, and the ref was like, and then you saw the ref
You didn't
react.
get the X.
Yeah,
You didn't get that.
he
Yeah.
didn't hit the X. The ref was like trying to get outside, and then let Ospreay hit the finish blade, hit him blade, and then still pinned him.
Yeah.
Like after that, I was like, if this nigga was hurt, he wouldn't let him. Like Ospreay is like not looking, like blatantly not looking, and then Danielson happens to roll into the way you hit the hidden blade on his knees, hits the hidden blade, and then the ref counts a 3. If he was really hurt, the ref wouldn't have been like, yeah, hit this nigga again because his neck is fucked up. Hit him in his neck and then pin him because I'm gonna count to 3. Nah, come on, son. Come on, son. But no, was the match good? Fuck yeah, the match was good. I'm surprised Danielson gave him the win.
Not
I'm
me.
still surprised.
That's what Danielson's been doing. He's been putting over the younger talent. He doesn't even care about the titles. Like he loses almost every match, and he puts
Right, no, yeah.
show.
Now I think, but yeah, now I understand that now. Yeah, because he's like it's his last year, so he's gonna put over everybody.
I love how he
But,
fucked over Okada though. That made me laugh.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. He fucked over Okada twice, right? Or he fucked over Okada, got injured in the match, and still beat him.
The one-arm Brian.
Yeah, like this is what I'm saying. This is why I'm like I'm surprised he beat him because he let Okada come in on his first match, like officially really American soil, and he's like, nah, I threw my shoulder out, but I'm still gonna beat you. And then yeah, and then beats everybody else. Got that way? No, he beat Zack Sabre Cracker, so he hasn't been putting over all young talent. Because he let Cesaro beat Zack Sabre Cracker
The ones
in
who
his
matter.
place and then beat Zack Sabre Cracker later. So yeah, the only person he's really put over is Beer Cheese Ospreay.
He put over MJF.
Okay, let's be honest. MJF had the title. He's not winning the title. He doesn't care about the title. He's not CM trash.
That's what I like about Brian. Is like
Yeah,
he's
not CM trash.
The future
yeah,
than himself.
He's focused. Yeah. He's focused on the future and building talent. But this will lead to him fighting Will Ospreay again, and he'll probably beat him.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's why I'm like, if this was a one-on-one and he's like, I'm not fighting him again, sure, I could believe that. But I mean, he's gonna fight Will Ospreay again, and he's probably gonna beat him. But no, this is still match of the night. Yes, this was match of the night. This was the beer cheese. This was a really good match. These guys went in there and showed up. I love the part where it was kind of a car wreck. They both got off that shit when they came in the corner. Who was going to get it off first? And Ospreay got that hidden blade before the knee. Even he hit that fucking psycho knee when Ospreay was bouncing off the rope. I mean, everything about this match cooked. It cooked so good. Yeah, I'm not gonna say Bryan Danielson isn't a great wrestler. He's a great wrestler. He's a shit announcer. He doesn't really have good promos, but in that ring, that man is on point, and he has really good matches. I cannot deny.
Well, how do you follow up this match? I think they did a good job because it was a gimmick match. It was a ladder match for the AEW Tag Team Championship Finals. In the tournament, it was the Young Bucks versus FTR. These four nearly fucking killed each other trying to follow that match. Gimmick match is the only thing that could have followed this. Please be careful, Chance. I thought that was funny. Uncle Dax was about to grab the titles when someone runs in the ring and pushes over the ladder and a Sting mask. It's Jungle Jack. Jack Perry returns. Bucks pull down the belts to win. Another fuck you to Punk. Hilarious. I gave it 6 pretzels with the mustard. It was tough to follow, but I think they did a good job. Cesar, what'd you think of the tag team title match?
I
Oh, what? What? Wow, shocker of the night. Cesar just kicked over the fuck shit stew. Stick, what did
hey,
you
no. I told you bitches. I had a 632 match. I told you bitches I had a 632 match.
Oh,
You didn't believe me.
shit.
You thought it was AOP.
I'm shocked.
Told you bitches
No,
I
I
had a
heard you.
632
I
count.
knew you had one. I knew you had it. I just did. I knew it had to be coming up because I damn well knew it wasn't going to be Swerve.
Okay, yeah, it's not swerve. It's not. I have some gripes with that too, but
Okay, well,
I'm
let's
going to get to
just
that.
get
But
to the
no. I will literally tell you why I did not watch this match. Because from the beginning of this tournament, I didn't want this. I didn't want this. I wanted new people. If you have all these people in all these tag teams, you're now splitting up the best friends who deserve this, which I've said from the beginning of this shit program that is AEW, who deserve this. You have the Acclaim, you're going to stay with Billy Gunn, have three. Okay, fine. You have people besides FTR and the Bucks. I didn't want any of them in this championship match. And what did you give me? You gave me both people I didn't want. Even though I like Matthew and Nicholas for doing the Lord's work of getting rid of the cancer that is Stang in
You know what I
professional wrestling.
appreciated? I appreciated the fact that they're the EVPs, like legit, and they took it upon themselves to follow that match. That made me gain respect for them. The match was okay. They fucked each other up, like I said, and then the little jab with Jack Perry, I thought it was okay. But I understand what you mean. I understand what you mean. It
Yeah,
was
no.
kind of
I
predictable.
watched the highlights.
Yeah.
I watched the highlights online. So I saw Jack Perry came back, and I saw the crowd was chanting "Cry Me a River," and I saw the crowd chanting that the Bucks won because I guess the crowd is anti CM Punk now. But I didn't want those two people. And you know what? They could have had a match at the pay-per-view, and I would have been fine with it as long as two newer teams were in that tournament to fight for those titles. I would have no problem. I would have watched the match, and then I would have watched the tag team tournament finals match. But no, I skipped it. I skipped the whole fucking thing. I'm not giving it any pretzels. I really don't fucking care. That shit is stupid. As much as I like the new gimmicks of the Bucks being assholes and being MVPs and being assholes, I give no shits. I give no fucks until new teams win those tag team belts. I give no fucks about those.
Yeah, as much respect as I just said I had for the Bucks, the fact that the AEW booking of the tag titles is shit it's kind of like a double-edged sword right there. But I understand what you mean, Cesar.
And they're supposed to be the best at tag team wrestling. They're bringing tag team wrestling back. Sorry, watch fucking TNA.
Book the Bucks versus FTR ladder match. What did you think?
Yeah, I gave it 6 also. After watching the episode of Dino Trash where they showed the footage, you knew what was going to happen. You knew I had a feeling you just knew that Jungle Jack was going to come back, especially after what they had said after the footage. Oh, we like Jack. We follow Jack through California. So I was like, okay, Jack's going to be coming back. He went over to New Japan, was building up the scapegoat to build up his heel persona, so that way he could come back and be that. And guess what? It did. And with that also being saying too, with them leaning into the EVP thing, this could, I agree with Cesar, I agree with both of you guys. This could have been a non-title match. Because guess what? Leaning into the EVP persona, they could go out. This could have been a non-title match. You could have went out next Wednesday, said, oh, hey, guess what? We're the EVPs. We call the shots. We just beat FTR. We're giving ourselves a tag team championship match. You could do that anytime. I wholeheartedly agree with Cesar. And a wrestling promotion that has a boatload of tag teams. It's wash, rinse, repeat. You could have with the best friends. You could have had OC and Trent win. And then when Chuck comes back, you could freebird that fucking shit. You could have it be Trent and Chuck, or you could do any three different ways while still having three guys could come on TV and are popular on TV and with the crowd. You could have done that. But instead, that leaned into breaking up the best friends and having a tag team division that has good tag teams, but it seemed to be held down by two tag teams. With that being said, it was a good ladder match. I gave it 6, and that's it.
The main event of the night was for the AEW Championship, defending champion Samoa Joe versus Swerve with Nana. And you want to talk about an entrance? Swerve in full Black Panther mode. Wakatan Forever. No, slow-paced match, Joe's type of match. He attempts the walk away, but Swerve's wise to his ways. Joe tosses Swerve at the commentators. JR has joined the commentary. He shits his diaper when fucking Swerve comes flying at him.
No.
Swerve gets power bombed on concrete. Power slammed on concrete. Commentary points out that Swerve has not been pinned since the Continental Classic when he fought Mox. Joe is throwing his weight around for sure here. Swerve with an uphill battle here, but he's working the arm of Samoa Joe. Joe tries to bring in the championship belt, but Swerve all over his ass. 450 followed by a Swerve stomp. Joe gouges Swerve's eyes. Nana, weird timing for distracting the ref. I almost thought, are they going to have Nana turn heel? Because that was really bizarre timing of his distraction. Strange leap over from Swerve while Joe was on the turnbuckle with him, but Swerve power bombs Joe. Swerve stomp again. Swerve is the new AEW champion. Very, very great message to send. I gave it 7 pretzels. Swerve deserves it. He's gone through a lot of shit. The rise of Swerve has been something to watch. All that bullshit with Hangman drinking his blood and shit, and he finally gets to the mountaintop. I guess they really wanted to make this pay-per-view Dynasty memorable, so they had Swerve become champion amongst other matches, but I wasn't mad at Dynasty. There was some shit, but Dynasty wasn't a waste of time. This was one of the first good AEW pay-per-views in a very long time. Sticks, main event time, buddy. Samoa Joe versus Swerve. What'd you think?
This was a good match. I'll start off by saying I gave it 7. I thought, going into this match, I thought if they didn't put the championship on Swerve now, they were going to miss their opportunity to do it because his rise has been so great. And then, I mean, you had the triple threat match, which we had talked about. It felt like it was a little bit early to take it off Samoa Joe. So if you weren't going to do it now, unless you had something cooking on the back burners that we couldn't see coming, you were going to probably mess up. This was a good match. Slow, methodical, like you said, Joe match, but Swerve worked on the arm, which what you need to do. I mean, it came into play. Like you said, I thought the Nana timing of the distraction, I was like, oh shit, he ain't gonna do that with him. Didn't hinder anything at all. The jump over Joe, you could have just had him slide under to do the power bomb. But I mean, it's just nitpicking. I digress. I mean, we knew if Swerve didn't win with the stomp, he had been winning with the JML driver. And unless Swerve got those street roids, there wasn't going to be any way he was going to pick up fucking Samoa Joe and JML drive his ass. So it was going to have to be at least another stomp or multiple stomps. He was able to do it. We got a new champion. I agree with with this being a pay-per-view that wasn't Forbidden Door, that didn't have New Japan talent on it, this was a good ATW pay-per-view. And to have Ospreay, who you can say New Japan, but he's under contract with AEW, to have that match stand out, and to have Swerve win the championship, and to be like Excalibur said, we're in the Swerve era now. Let's see where we go with it, because Swerve is a good guy that can play that in between guy. If he's got to win with some heel tactics, he can do it. He can be the good guy too. It'll be interesting to see where they go now with Swerve as being champion, and I'll be here to watch it. I think they've got a champion that can do it on the mic and in the ring, and we'll see where they go with this.
Yeah, Cesar, a great end to a decent pay-per-view here. What do you think with Swerve capturing the championship in AEW?
No, yeah, I thought it was a good match as well, man. I gave it a 7 as well as a match. I still do have some storyline gripes with it, though. I mean, like a month ago, not a month ago, but 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, Swerve was breaking into a nigga's house threatening his baby. like a month ago, literally a month ago, Joe was defending the title against Swerve and Hangman, who hated each other so much they had that bloody ball to where, yeah, they were drinking blood and shit. And Joe was winning the title. Joe had like what, 3 defenses? He had a triple threat. He defended against Dustin after Cody won. And then what, Swerve again? This is his first PLE. Well, sorry, pay-per-view defense after the triple threat, and he lost. So he won it at a pay-per-view, defended it at a pay-per-view, and then lost it at a pay-per-view. So he's transitioned as fuck to Swerve, who was just kidnapping white babies in Virginia 6 weeks ago. And we're supposed to be cheering Swerve?
Well, see, the thing I think that hurt Joe was that he had a bunch of like title eliminator matches. So I think he had a run there with Hook, and then he done a lot of stuff on TV, but like they always do this. Like they do title eliminator matches where like the challenger has to beat the champion and then they face him again, where I think that just kind of ruins it, because those, you can have title defenses for Joe that would help build his title reign.
Right. But he won it from MJF, who didn't defend it against nobody unless it was a pay-per-view for a year and a half. And they only have pay-per-views every 3 months. Like, they don't have pay-per-views every week, every month, to where it would have been more stacked up. They had it like every 2 months. So MJF was defending it every 2 months, not defending it.
Would you have had Samoa Joe defeat Swerve then?
Yes, and I would have had Swerve win it at All In.
You mean Double or Nothing?
Whatever, yeah, that shit. Yes, whatever the next one is,
yeah,
that's when I would have had Swerve win it. I would have gave Samoa Joe this time, yes, to like defend. I know Swerve's hot. He's not going anywhere. But yeah, like he lost the triple threat and he didn't go anywhere. He was like, I didn't get pinned. And then like it led to shit. And then it led to Swerve. Like even in that tag match afterward, like Swerve did 90% of the work and got the dub. Swerve is hot. And I understand you want to give the championship to somebody that's hot. And do I like Swerve? Hell yeah, I love Swerve. We all like Swerve. We've liked Swerve since the NXT days. I'm not saying Swerve is not deserving. And I'm not saying that like Swerve never should be there. He proved himself. He's a main event guy in AEW.
Well, the storyline gripes you have are with the gentleman, well, not even a gentleman, the cocaine addict that's right behind.
Yeah, that I have behind me. Yeah, the storyline grapes are with him. And
Well,
like
I said, if Joe wins at Dynasty, you can lead into a double or nothing pay-per-view with the caveat that Swerve's like, you could do the Cody thing. I don't beat you. I could never go for the championship. Or you just say, hey, I'm dipping. I'm gone. I'm out of AEW.
Yeah. There was plenty of fuck shit to get Swerve not to win. And then him winning at Double or Nothing, which AEW considers one of their big pay-per-views. Like this is like the first Dynasty, right?
Yeah, very first.
And so like who cares? Like him winning at one of the big AEW pay-per-views to me feels like a bigger event. Like I feel like they put this shit on just because WrestleMania cooked so good.
Well, not only that, but I think Tony Skeets is the more distance he can put from him showing that CM Punk security footage, the more distance he can put with that, the better. So he's like, okay, we'll have Ospreay and Danielson, and then we'll have Swerve win the title, so that will be a distant memory. No one will fucking think about that shit. And then he has Jack Perry coming in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. I just have a problem with how the storyline of Swerve was like the super. He was the super black nigga breaking into houses, like fucking with babies, being real ignorant, and then now I'm supposed to cheer for him because what Joe called him a dick. Because Joe's always going to be funny to me. I'm sorry. Samoa Joe has one of the best. You give him prep time in a promo, Samoa Joe will always cook, and that's why he deserved it. And let's not really be honest. When he won it, was the IWC like, yo, yeah, the WWE never want to put Joe with the title. They never want to put Fat Joe with the title. They don't want to. They don't want to have him succeed. Yeah, they want to have him succeed. And Joe was cooking with the title. Joe is a guy who's a legitimate threat. And those promos he was saying was legit. He's like, yeah, I want you to see you bring your record. Bring some shit out. Like, show me why you deserve a championship. And then maybe I'll think about it, and then I'll still beat your ass in the ring because I'm Samoa Joe. That is what made him great. And now he's really just a transitional champion between MJF to Swerve. You really just ruined
3.5 months. Well, more than 3.5 months.
Yeah, but that's how far the pay-per-views are apart.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, but I think he did have a respectable title run. And then we got Double or Nothing coming up, and then that's next month. And then in June, we got Worlds Collide in Long Island.
No.
So you never know. Fucking MJF might pop his head up again. But
sure. And if MJF comes back, he's gonna win it from Swerve.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening, for watching. It was a long one because we had pay-per-views to get to. But here on the Tripod, we do what we do best at the end of every episode. And we give that big ups to our boy Stallion Pete.